This is the news.
Hello, everybody. Or, I know it usually takes a few minutes for people to get in. Anyway, so thanks for coming. This is, I think, a fifth time doing this one with guests. And I have here Birdman from Soundtracks with Birdman and Destro Designs. And we're going to talk about the Sunbow cartoon because I just did a deep dive on the Sunbow cartoon. It's on my brain. And there's even better news is we got the news this week that there's going to be a new cartoon, which is the greatest thing, the greatest news possible. I'm so excited. Hello, Same Time Toys. Hello, Lynn Green. Good to see you. Yeah, thanks for coming. So the plan is we're going to talk about a lot of news this week. Tons of news. We're breaking the news right here. We're going to break news. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to break any news. You've heard it all basically, but we're going to give you our takes on the news. There's a certain channel. I'm not going to mention the name because I'm not that kind of guy, but there's a certain channel, and that person loves to say that they break the news. They clearly stole from the Full Force podcast every fucking time. Okay. Michael Foley. So
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, new tune. Yes, there's a new cartoon. So if you haven't heard the news, it just came out that the new Roadblock. Thank you for coming. Huh? Good to see you, man. Big Red.
Roadblock. What's up, brother? Big Red. That's my dudes.
Yeah. So the news is that they are making an Energon universe Transformers / GI Joe / Void Rivals TV show, and it's going to be similar. It's like, it's Skybound. So it's Robert Kirkman. So that means it's going to be like we're talking Invincible. So is anybody an Invincible fan here? Anybody watch Invincible?
I'm like a little bit versed slightly. I haven't seen it in a while, but I recently actually just a guy I become fast friends with, this dude Jay Antonio, is an amazing artist. I actually just bought a shirt of his that has Omni-Man, and I recently kind of just checked in on a couple, had it on, in the peripheral, and it's dope. It's dope. It makes me excited for what's to come for sure.
Yeah. How about you, Birdman? You ever seen Invincible?
I have not, and I'm probably the odd man out. I don't like my food touching, and I don't like my Transformers with my GI Joes.
Okay. I do have a little feeling like that too. Now I want to try to, it's like I have to suspend disbelief, right? In a small kind of way, because it's like, oh, the Transformers G.I. Joe movie's out. Oh, the robots killed everybody in one. All right. Sounds good. Like, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of that. Now that's obviously being fucking, very narrow about it 100%, but I don't know why, but that's like the first thought I have when I think about that. But there's obviously a world where it can be done in a way that's, it's going to be good. So I know my boys like Conrad Hauser, he's been turning me on to the comics about the Energon universe. And I think they are using like that storyline, right? It's pretty much that in front of so I don't know. Before they even announced the actual live, the cartoon, he's been pushing me onto that, saying it's amazing. So I trust that for sure.
Yeah. So Michael, you say not a huge fan of G. So you're echoing Birdman's sentiments. I got to tell you, like, here's the thing. I am not a fan either. I actually hate the G.I. Joe Transformers crossovers. And I like Cobra Law, but I don't like Cobra Commander's origin being Cobra Law.
Right.
And so I went in and I read the Energon universe thinking, like, I'm not going to like it because it's just not the G.I. Joe that I'm used to. It's too wacky. And it blew me away, and now I'm in love.
The artwork is nice. The artwork's very nice.
It's really good. Well, the other thing is, so what it is like, it's kind of a mystery box. Like, basically what happens is like Duke sees a Transformer, and it vaporizes his best friend, right? And then he goes on this like journey to figure out like what these things are, and then like Clutch becomes friends with Hound, and who becomes like a. And it's just like it's a very cool like build. They bring Cobra Law in, and it's just really fucking good. It's okay, yeah. Glenn, you like it's so good, yeah. Except the Seattle Barista and her girlfriend become ninjas book. Is that the Scarlet miniseries? Okay, it did a couple of things that might piss some people off. I would say, yeah. So is that Scarlet miniseries made her a lesbian that loves drinks, or is bisexual maybe or whatever? I didn't even catch it honestly. Like I read the whole thing. I was like, they're best friends, right? I went right over my head.
Right.
I kind of like it. There was a lot of slaughter in it. There was a lot of like, murdering. I'm fine. Whatever. I don't even care.
For sure. I mean, I like the way it sounds though, especially if it's now, at the helm of a guy that makes like the one thing that I do remember very vividly from in Invincible was the that scene where he fights the guys at the end. I think he kills like a bunch of them. I don't know if that's in the comic or the cartoon, but like it was incredibly brutal. And just to think that that's the kind of direction they're going, I mean, that does make it seem very interesting.
Oh, wait, so you say Invincible, same time Toys says Invincible is great, but doesn't follow the comics. So I didn't really read Invincible. I just watched the show. I did read Walking Dead. And yeah. So I'm actually all right with it because I love the Invincible show. And I'm actually okay. If they don't follow the comics, but they do like a really cool... First of all, here's the one amazing, exciting thing about it. Nobody, like half the people don't know what GI Joe is and don't know the story, but now they're gonna know the story. And like Invincible's a phenomenon. Like that thing is like my students watch it. I know a lot of teenagers because I'm a high school teacher. If you didn't know that, high school
nice. They
watch it. It's all right. I teach filmmaking, so it's not bad.
right.
I'm like the teacher. They like me as a teacher. I'm fun, and it's not brutal. So for me,
nice. I love it. It's
also a good little all boys Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
So they're behaved or we kick their asses out, basically.
Nice.
Also makes you very, very pleasant. Yeah.
I taught a construction class for at-risk youth, and it was incredible. It was the most fulfilling thing I ever did in life. So good for you. It's good people getting wise wisdom into the kids when they're young, because not everybody has a good a good compass at home. So a little extra example is good. So good for you.
Oh wait, so we go. You said operators don't know what is this about? Oh, was this from the Scarlet miniseries or something? Anyway,
I'm not sure. I read that and had no clue. I figured that. See, sometimes when you try to catch up in the chat, they can have like a whole world going, and you have no idea, and you're like, all right, I'm like 4 messages deep, and I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just gonna keep it moving.
Destro was his favorite set. Does that mean that was the Destro miniseries is incredible for the Energon universe. Highly recommend it if you haven't checked. It's so good.
That was the one that was most recommended from my buddy. He was like, "This is like you have to." Actually, that was multiple people had said you absolutely have to read that one. So I'm getting there.
Yeah, it makes so I was kind of with you. Like I don't Transformers. It doesn't really work very well because like I think the Transformers should just be able to kill GI Joe in like 30 seconds.
Right. What are we doing?
There's just not much of a contest here. So
they put up a valiant fight. It lasted 6 hours.
All right. We
got that shooter story was quite good.
Yeah, they're doing some good stuff. Yeah.
They're saying my audio is a little troubled. Maybe is that me? You mean low? Because we did turn it down a little bit because I was loud last time.
You're popping. Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing. There's nothing happening.
It's a mic. It could be a mic thing, but yeah. What you could probably go with if you yeah. So we're hearing your audio is a little troubled. It's like popping a bit. It's not that big of a deal. I mean,
all right. If it doesn't square away or bothers everybody, I'll try to do something. So,
or you could pop out. Maybe if you just use the regular mic from your phone.
Let's see. But the last time I did that, I couldn't hear everybody.
Oh, okay.
All right. So again, if there's more complaint, I'll turn the Bluetooth off and see what happens.
Okay. Oh wait.
Sounds good.
You said it sounds underwater. See, yeah, you hear good. I hear you fine. It just does a pop, but whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So I'm super excited because I think in Energon universe. Well, here's the thing: it's gonna be an R-rated GI Joe show. It's gonna be an R-rated, bloody ass, adult themed GI Joe cartoon. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's where I go. Okay, I'm ready. Like, if you wanted me to make a leap of faith to liking an Energon universe, I believe that this is the path, right? If you want me to go into it thinking, you know what, this can be good, and have like a very optimistic mindset going into it, I do think that having it be done by this guy saying it's going to be R-rated and it's going to be brutal, that's the thing, right? Now you have to give it a chance. You have to be open-minded about it. So I do think that's a good move. So I am excited, although I think we all share that mindset, though, that, okay, that they killed him and then that was over. But at the same time, let's see what they do.
Yeah. Wait. So it'll be the Hama Comics version? Nah, it's not going to have anything to do with Hama. It's going to be Energon universe. So I would be all on board for Hama Comics version. That would be very cool. It's going to be even more R-rated than a Hama version, which I would argue is the Hama comics are kind of R-rated. They're like R-rated in a way, like a movie from the 80s. Like they're kind of bloody. There's a lot of death.
Right. That was something when I watched a few episodes of Sunbow yesterday, I forgot how absurd some of the things were, where like nobody gets hurt. You know what I mean?
No.
And not Sunbow. Like it would just be like, one of the thing was, it was like a rocket hit like a big laser encampment, and the guy just like jumped off of it and walked away. Meanwhile, the thing blew into like this giant fireball, and the dude just like fell on the ground and got up and walked away. Which is, fine when you're a kid. You're like, whoa, look at that, it's crazy. But for sure, I clocked that particular yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay, that's silly.
Do you want some Sunbow charm? I don't think I want Sunbow charm in this show, frankly. I love the Sunbow comic, which we'll get into, but
yeah. I feel like that kind of whole thing needs to be left behind for sure. We gotta venture into some kind of uncharted territory if we're gonna make it work with the Transformers.
So all right, so wait, was this the crossover Jay Lee? Was this one that was in World War II or something? That was like, did you ever read that? It was like a GI Joe that was set during the Nazi occupation, and GI Joe Cobra like finds Transformers, and it's actually like gorgeously drawn. But it's
I don't even think I'm aware of that.
Yeah, Cobras are like Nazis in it.
No shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh.
World War II. Yeah, I don't think they hang with the Nazis, but. Oh, sorry. So we got a language barrier issue. I think that if you were able to watch the other one, it was probably because it was after Neo Tiger.
Right.
After the fact, it will automatically create, but it doesn't do it automatically, as far as I know.
Not in real time, right?
But all right, so let's talk about. So we had a huge news week, and that was the first news was that there's an Energon universe cartoon coming, which is I think just the best news ever. But what's the so and then we also got a ton of new reveals. So so let's go over those new reveals. So did you guys pay attention to the London London Comic-Con whatever reveals?
That's the Hydro Viper.
What's that? Yeah.
That was a name only. Yep. Yeah. That's very exciting. Very exciting.
The only name you need.
Yeah.
They got
a cartoon that's R-rated by the guy that makes Invincible will widen the fan base. I'm telling you, that's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Including kids. Kids are done. The kids in GI Joe. I don't know. I would love it if kids would play with GI Joe. The problem with that is nobody wants their kids playing with war toys now. And military, and even though their kids play with much more horrific things,
like the internet.
Yeah, and I just think kids don't even watch this shit. You know what I mean? Like kids just don't. They watch YouTube. They watch dumb shit. They watch people playing video games.
Hey, we're on YouTube.
We are on YouTube. I love YouTube. Believe me.
My kids have almost zero tech at all. They have computer that they use Google Slides for thing at work. They have no tablets. They have none of that because it's just, you can tell the difference. It's like, I tried to let them have a little bit of the fruit, but they couldn't help it. It was just, you could see instantly they couldn't stop gorging themselves on it. And so I was like, you know what? I don't think you're ready for this. So that's it on the internet for the kids, man. Holy shit. That's what I mean when I say they'd be better off playing with war toys. The internet is infinitely more dangerous. Like even like muted versions of stuff, like they're still seeing shit that I just don't think 8, 9, 10-year-olds are. Like, I coach a bunch of my daughter's teams, and like recently I've seen kids as young as 10 with blocked phones, like just phones that they could do whatever they want with, and I'm like, what? That just seems insane to me for sure. But yeah, I'd rather have them play with.
You're putting a sign on the front door of your house saying, "I've got a child. Come on in and do what you want."
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, definitely not the move for me. But yeah. Toys with guns are not the problem.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm the same way. I left my kids. I give them certain amounts of time, but I'm around them, so they can't be like looking at anything weird.
Right.
They're not alone with it. And then we end it, and then it's like you got to do something else. You got to play. You got to play outside. You got to play with toys. You got to run around. You got to do Legos. They got to do something.
And they instantly do it though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
they may pout for a minute, but then you go in the other room, you come back, and they've picked something up, and they're already on the road to being creative and doing something. So it's proof is in pudding.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's good to hear you. How old are your kids?
I have twin daughters, and 10, about to be 11 December.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I do give my kids a little bit of time, but it's limited, and then they have to. I do plan on. The thing is that the reason I'm so like no tech is because they could not regulate with the tablet, right? That's what it came down to, was the tablet, where it was even when they didn't have it, they were finding ways to tell me why they needed to get on it for a second, and it was like, so even when they weren't on it, they were still, all they were doing was thinking about it, and it was like obvious. It wasn't me being like picky about it. It was legitimately very obvious. Like, I'm like, you're not living fulfilled lives. You are your whole mind, your mindset is tethered to this thing. And I cut that fucking cord real quick. So yeah. Lynn says Harpies throw a fit about war toys and cartoons that act as ads for them. Yeah, GI Joe needs to have a new iteration. Yeah, I mean, I think, how do you change it though without it being them fighting terrorists and making it? I feel like, though, this is why I think so. I think, all right, Michael, you said you think we need a kid-friendly cartoon. You could have both, but I think the kid-friendly cartoon, like Renegades, somebody mentioned Renegades was kind of like that. It was adult.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw it said Renegades is adult, and also, here we go. John said Renegade it is great. I love Renegades.
Renegades is good.
Yeah, it's really fun, right? It's really fun.
Where's my second season?
Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, it's over. But the thing is like it didn't do very well, but like Invincible is like a huge hit. So I think you could do, and I think why is a huge hit? Because it's bloody, because it's a little nasty, because it's a little extreme. That gets attention, and that's what Robert Kirkman's good at. So if he does a cartoon GI Joe that's really nasty, you might get like a big phenomenon of a cartoon that really changes things. And
but once something like that happens, and then that's where we can count on like the greed of it, where if they know they can make money off of it, then they'll give us more, so count on that greed.
I just wanted to put this up there because somebody's praising me, so I thought.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. It was fun. I had a blast the last time I was here. It was a really, really good time.
Yeah. Thanks, Haran. Anyway, all right. Let's get to these reveals. So you mentioned. We'll start with the one you mentioned first, Birdman. What do you think? Hydro Viper.
Yeah.
Woo, look at that. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I was out of toy collecting when he came along, but I would still go in Toys R Us and just look at stuff. And I saw him, and I'm like, dude, he's going home. Because he's just too cool.
So cool.
It's too cool. It's too. I love Hydro Viper. Yeah. They got it, that mask right. Like there's so much other shit. If you've got to cut the cost on, fine, but you got to get that mask.
Don't be cutting costs on him.
No. I'm saying if they have to, just please don't do it on the fucking mask.
Yeah,
but
please
you're
don't.
right. They gotta they got to deliver that. It's way too awesome of a figure to like not make that.
I mean, you
as
saw what they
perfect as
did with
possible.
Crystal Ball and Tripwire, you know?
Yeah.
So
Tripwire is
I'm
so
like,
awesome.
oh, dude.
Here's the other thing: the Desert Scorpion, and that's what I want them to do with Hydro Viper, because the Desert Scorpion is like that's the craziest figure they've come out with, and like that's one of the best things they've ever come out with.
I got that right there too. I didn't open it yet, but I know when I pick it up, I'm like, dude, there's what is this Scorpion is like diesel, no joke.
By the way, Destro, I saw your haul there the other day. How many do you buy of everything?
Okay,
Holy
so
shit.
all right, so I caught it's been a lot. This past like 2 months have been significant, right? So I have been also taking advantage of deals because I give care packages to fellow. I know so there's some people that sometimes they just need a little win in life, and so I just send like a Darklon here or something there, and it just brightens people's days. So when I get a chance to get a deal on stuff, I try to pick up a few, just because if you figure like if I get like the other day I got Techno Vipers, which I'm keeping for myself. One of those, it was only $12, you figure $8 in shipping, it's less than $20, and somebody gets the joy of opening the box, seeing it in the box, then opening up, taking it out, and you got a whole new figure. So I try to do that a lot. But admittedly, this year I did an assessment, and I was even shocked. I knew it was going to be a lot, but I wanted to kind of catch up a little bit. Like I said, I started in December, and initially I didn't plan on doing this at first. It was just, I kind of said it the last time I was here, so I don't go too much into it, but like, I really fell in love with it super quick. It was like drugs. And the next thing you know, I went from having 2 or 3, the Alley Viper and the Destro. And then after that, it was the next thing I know, I had 100. And I was like, holy shit, I have 100 of these things. What am I doing? And I was like, well, I mean, I've already got this. So now look at all these other ones that are really cool. And then I got bit by the army builder bug. Like if you look right up here, I got a chance from a local guy. I got 15 Python Patrol Vipers for $150. So but that means I already had 11. I already had 11. I got 15, 26. I did a great photo shoot of it, and it looks really cool. I love it. I built the big, huge dioramas. The Cobra Claw launching facility. I have done 2 of the 4 videos already are out on my page, and the thing is still over there. It's a monstrosity. My dear wife is very gently said that thing has to fucking go. Finish taking your fucking pictures and get this thing the fuck out of this space. So, and she's been very nice, also. But yeah, so that last haul, that was the tamest haul out of the last 2 months. There's one that I had the other day. It was like $600 worth of shit the other. I don't want to say, but right. So but listen. I've been lucky these days. And this is the way that I look at it is I'm going to have this shit. This is part of my retirement. I'm going to have this for my life. Like I don't want anything else. GI Joe has always been the thing. This is what I want out of everything. So now, with that being said, I am starting to scale back on like gridiron stuff. I'm not buying. I've realized I'm fooling myself. So I have the Stalker was on sale the other day, the classified Stalker, and it was like $16.99. And I was like going to hit the button because I was like, oh, he's a great figure to customize. I'm going to get that. And I stopped and went, okay, I have 3 of those over there that I have not fucking touched yet. Do not buy a 4th Stalker for you to. So that's the shit where I'm like, let's reel that in. And but yes, I have admittedly done it's a lot. Now, when you see my shop with all the tools, you're going to be like, oh, okay, so you've just always been this way. And it's so. But the thing is I found my forever home. This is what I want.
It's not crack. At least it's not crack.
Right.
So Operative D says, still mad I missed out on the Ghost Bar. Yeah, honestly, be mad. I got 2 of them, and I wish I had 5. I'm like sad. Because the problem with those is they have like so many different heads. They got a really cool Ghost Viper mask.
Oh, yep. So
you got this other cool helmet, and then you need 2. You need 2 to like run them, and then you need 3 to be the monsters. Like
right.
You know what I mean?
You're talking about the Ghost Viper, right?
Ghost Viper. So, one of the best.
So Anchor Viper and I opened them in tandem on the podcast on Saturday. Dude, it's fucking sick, bro. Now, I think I might even have mentioned this when I was on last time. I think it came up, and I'm like, I'm a little more on the realistic military side of GI Joe, but I love the sci-fi. It's what makes it the thing, so it's fine. But like, I'm a little more, and I originally, when I looked at it, I was like, well, I definitely want them to be, you know, right next to Crystal Ball in a photo shoot. But God, you know, it's still, it was like, when I looked at it, it's like a lot of that, a lot of green, and I was like, I don't know. But thankfully, cooler heads prevailed. I got 2, and I couldn't be happier because you know, now there's a lot of the heads are good, for sure. Even the wolf head looks good.
Mhm.
I kind of don't like the snake head because somebody said it in the chat. They were like, "Oh, it looks like the villains from Stargate. Remember Stargate
Oh,
when
yeah,
they finally
yeah,
saw they had it was like a regular sized body with this giant head. Well, that's kind of what this one looks like, but this one right here, like the traditional Viper one that's got the goggles and all that, is very, very, very cool. But honestly, my favorite is the one that with it comes on it. That looks fucking
yeah, it's
awesome.
great head. That's
It's amazing.
It's
It's
really
got
like 5 figures in one. That thing.
it's got the green in the middle, it's got the green in the sides, and it's got the gold detail, and then it's got that whole, so he's totally flat in the front, so it still connotes like the battle mask of, like, you know how the regular Viper, like that's, now you just see, you know, you see the ghost, but it's still like, you know, I don't know, dude, I fucking love it. When I have that one on and I look at the colors, it was kind of like, I can't remember what figure I had over here. Oh, so like Night Force Beachhead, this one. So like, it's got these greens and then the camo pants, which don't look like they go good together, but somehow when you put these brown webbing in boots, it all just looks fucking great. It's like the weird, it's like, oh, you have 2 weird colors and it doesn't look good. Throw a 3rd weird color in and then it all looks fantastic. However the fuck that works, I don't know, but there it is. And so that's what kind of reminded me of this, where like, if you look at the brown and the gray and then the green, and you would think that, like, if you said it to me on paper, I'd be like, oh man, I don't know. I mean, let me check it out. But then when I look at it, I'm like, oh man. So I liked having
here there saying, oh darn, this is going 3 hours or more.
the motor's running, and here we go.
Sorry,
I liked it. Yeah, sorry, we can move on. Sorry.
No, sorry. No, finish the voice.
Oh, I was gonna say, the best way I liked it was having this all strapped on the back, and then having, I didn't have one. I think I had like a regular weapon, like having this in his hand with the ectoplasmic spitter on the back. So yeah, man, it's a dope figure. You're right. I got 2. I'm probably gonna wait and see if they happen to go on sale. And I could catch, like you're saying, I think 3. I kind of want an even number, that way Crystal Ball can be in the middle with an even amount on the side. So that's
What about,
and now going back to Crystal Ball, everyone has always made fun of Crystal Ball, and look what they have done. They've given you a whole sub team of Crystal Ball army builders.
I love it. And so one of the guys, Doc Sewage, the bassist from Cold Slither, was saying so on the timeline earlier about, like, you know, because I had said, I can't remember there was a figure coming out, and it went out, and I can't remember which one it was, and I was like, I'm probably going to pass on this, and it was something, and he was like, well, everybody wanted to pass on Crystal Ball, and it became the most popular figure of the year practically, and I was like, you know what, you're right, I'm just going to buy the figure. Oh, Ninja Force Zartan, that's what it was. I was like,
I like Crystal Ball. I always like Crystal Ball. I don't know. He I don't know. He was creepy, and I don't know. Well, here's a good question for you. All right, Birdman. So we know where Michael sits on the line of, this is like the ongoing conversation in the chat. You can weigh in too. I want to know what you think. Military or non-military? Do we like it when G.I. Joe goes crazy and becomes like weird and shit, or are we? Like,
I mean, okay, look, you got a guy with a silver head and a black leather jacket. You know, I mean, you know, like with G.I. Joe, you know, if you don't like Night Force, don't buy it. If you don't like Battle Force 2000, don't buy it. Yeah. They cast a broad net to get more people to buy the stuff. And I liked Crystal Ball growing up. I like Raptor. I like Crocmaster, because it's like, hey, the bad guys are supposed. I read comic books. The bad guys are supposed to be batshit crazy.
Yeah. Right. All right. I like that.
I mean, I don't want to see Ahmed with an AK and a turban, and that's it. You know, give me something. Give me something interesting.
Okay. No, I agree. What's scarier than a guy who lives in the swamp or in the sewers with crocodiles? I mean, for real, that's fucking. That's crazy.
The death of sewage drains growing up. I'm like, there's something in there, and it's going to grab me.
In there. They're in there. Don't go too close. Don't go too
Yeah.
close. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, I definitely, I already kind of said, I definitely, but I can definitely, without the sci-fi, it would just be very much like everything else. I think the amount they do it, right? They seasoned it just well in there, as opposed to like trying to heap too many chunks of it. It's just, they season that sci-fi in there, sprinkle it in real well.
So I've always been like, I'm one of the people of bitches, and like I'm like the most hypocritical of all, because I'll bitch and I'll be like, Ghost Viper's awesome, because Ghost Viper's objectively is stupid. It's just subjectively has nothing to do with reality. Like,
Right.
not,
Yes.
You know, you got a guy like, I was even thinking there's a way to make Ghost Viper almost work where it's like it's just scary. It's just like an illusion, and then but it's not very fun. Like, because I'm like, my kids play, and my kids are playing with them, and it's like, no, you can't pretend that's not a werewolf. That's a fucking werewolf, dude.
Right.
It's like the Scarecrow. You know what I mean? He puts like an illusion in front. That's not fun. It's the idea that he's actually a fucking werewolf. He's got werewolf claws. That was what makes it fun. So, I don't know. Yeah, all right. So you say
that was one of the things. Like I said, Anchor Viper was in the chat, and she was opening hers at the same time. So she was throwing out things that she liked about it, and she brought a good question. She was like, "So when you have this thing, right, and you have this in the set, is this real, or is it the dire shit making just you think it's there, right?" And I was like, I don't know yet. I think I'd rather have it really there to some kind. I don't know. I think the idea is
it's not very fun if it's not real. It's like
Right.
kind of fun, but it's not as fun. Like,
Right, 'cause then-
I'm imagining a pack of fucking green ass wolves attacking my GI Joe.
Right.
Is kicking the shit out of him and stuff. That's really fun. If he's just saying that shit, it's not that fun.
Well, because then the Joes that would be how that episode ends. The Joes go, "Oh, if it's green, it's not fucking real. Look for the dude and shoot it." Like, you know. But I think I thought it's a good conversation though. Like that you could project certain things like that. I like love that idea, and it's also very like much in the sense of like the sensibility of the cartoon where that nobody really gets hurt. So you're just scared shitless fucking.
War Chest Full of Toys says, "I bitch too, but if other people like it, cool." Yeah, like, hey man, I'm making like a second living on a bitching. So what are you gonna do? Second job. It's a second job for me, you know.
Right. I love it.
A good mix works for me. John D. Green says, "Oh, you were related to Lynn Green. Maybe you guys should be." No, I'm just kidding. Is it a little bourbon glass there? Is that because I'm drinking? Nice. All right, I appreciate that. All right, Mike Foley says G.I. Joe is like action figure pulp with a military theme. Yeah, I mean, it's goofy, it's crazy, whatever, it's weird. I think for me, it's like I think there's like Lunartic's Empire is too weird for me. I think there's things that are too weird for me, but there's some things that walk the line, and I can kind of get into it. So, yeah. All right, so we get Hydro Viper. I'm like the most. This is one of the ones I'm the most excited about. I love the Hydro Viper. That thing scares the shit out of me. It's one of my favorite.
It is legit. It's a legit scary face.
Yeah.
And hey, here's like I heard a rumor, so it must be true that he's coming with a hydrofoil.
Ooh. Like how big? Like.
Right. Hey, look, dude, I just made that up. I'm just pretending it's a journal.
Well, hope that's Haslab. Next year's Haslab, though.
Right.
If they don't do if they don't do hydrofoil, they have no idea what they're doing.
Clueless.
Which is clearly it's clearly true.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
No,
that or a whale.
Yeah, whale would be huge. A hydrofoil would be big but doable, I think.
I think it's longer, but it's skinnier.
Yeah, a whale is a coffee table, man. That thing is.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So I saw a 3D printed whale in person. So where I live locally, there's a dude who has an impressive collection. He doesn't want to. I asked him. I wanted to interview him, and he was very cool, but he did not want he doesn't take pictures or show anybody anything. He's got a room that's chock full of shit. It's crazy. That's where I got the Vipers and everything like that. He had 2 rattlers on his dining room table. It looked amazing for sure. But he had a 3D printed whale, and it's however big you think that has to be, it's bigger. right? Whatever you're picturing in your head, you're like, this is what it is. No, no, no. It's bigger than that. It's longer than what you're thinking. It's taller than what you're thinking. It's wider. He had it in his hands. It was almost bigger than like the Atlas, right? Like the Atlas I hold like a baby, right? That thing right there, that bad boy. But the whale he had was like, the problem was obviously a Haslab would be better, but like this thing was so big, it like you couldn't move around with it too much. All the pieces, like it was printed in 50 million pieces, so it would be a for real undertaking, and I don't even know what the price point would be on something like that. Having held that fucker in my hand.
Yeah, and $650 it would sell, but I think like like I have the Dragonfly, of course, and you can't play with it really,
Right.
Wait,
right.
I'm thinking this guy isn't married. He is married, my friend. He is. Right? He's married. His wife didn't divorce him. Mine did.
Oh,
there you go.
No. I can hear her walking upstairs right now. I love you, honey.
She's there you go. Yeah.
Yep. She's very, very understanding. She's obviously voiced certain things like so I remodeled that whole half of my basement, which I'm doing most of the house. So it's a give and take. But now that's like ready for paint and everything, I have that launching facility, which is like 7 feet long, 4 feet wide, and like almost 5 feet high. So it's big. It's in the way. It's got to go. She's great. I am, yes, definitely still married.
What we got here, there's a way to get the U.S. flag with keyhole as a Haslab. We have also two. Oh, these are two. Okay, so we got Linz and shelving units. Okay, here's the way you do the flag. Fold out bed, right? So I think I've said this before. It's your bed. You flip it out. You just flip it over, and it's a bed. You flip it over, and and that's the only way to do it. And you're never getting laid ever again. That's the end. 100%. Unless you find that shit. If you get laid and the girl figures out that she's sleeping on the USS flag,
right? It's that's right. Just real quick, have you seen? There is I think more than one person, but there's one guy in particular. He 3D printed a classified scale flag. Did you guys see that? It literally comes through his entire living room and almost through his foyer. And it was like he's like, somebody please come give me a couple grand for this because my wife is like, this is it. He shouldn't have mentioned that part because you roll up and you're like, how divorce is expensive, brother. What do you think? I mean, I want to take this off your hands, but you got to bring that price down.
All right.
That thing was crazy.
Wait, forget the race car bed. Need the flag bed. Yeah. I'll take flag bed.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Ruined my relationship. So fuck it. All right. So next we got Zartan, punk club Zartan.
Pass.
Feelings. Pass. It's a pass.
Pass. Not my Zartan. Pound hashtag.
Yeah, he's not my Zartan either. Yeah.
Not my Zartan. So my buddy Matt, my brother Matt from Mo's Mind Custom Design, he just said, double as furniture, I've got gears turning. So he's the one who made the Atlas. He makes really big stuff. It's really awesome. So he's now thinking of how we can come up with flip it over and it's an instant diorama. It just, you turn it over and it folds once, twice, 3 times, like one of those kids' storybooks, except it's the size of a couch, like you said. I love it.
I need another whiskey. Okay, you reminded me. Now I need another whiskey too. All right.
But
oh wait, here we go.
Hashtag not my Zartan.
Funny enough, I have a picture of my oldest son when he was 6, asleep in the deck. Oh, that's amazing. I've never been able to break my flag out because I just haven't had the space. But whatever. Anyway. So all right. So next, I'll buy this Zartan. I did love this Zartan. He was kind of cool. He had he's. Oh, we got a few people agreeing with you. Pass. I mean, he's got a mohawk. It's weird.
I mean, I'm probably still going to wind up buying it because of the crystal ball effect, right? Like, because I legitimately looked at it and was like, yeah, I know the first step to recovery is you got to admit that that's a problem. When I first looked at crystal ball, I just remember thinking I was in the middle of buying so many other ones that looked really good, and I was like, I don't know, I don't really want that one. But then it became like sort of hard to get, and people were like, I know some Walmarts, there's like 10 of them sitting on a peg, but they're selling for double on eBay. So but yeah, the crystal ball effect, I'll most likely wind up picking it up. But that, like, what do I do with it? Where do I mean, I wouldn't want to put him with the Dreadnoks. I want regular Zartan with the Dreadnoks. It's one of those things you just be like, have a group of misfits that don't really fit with the other people that I'm putting up there, which is all just made up construct, by the way. It's like, there's no, it doesn't matter. You can stick them anywhere. But, when I look at it, it's just like, oh, I don't know if I want to put him there.
Roadblock, you passed on the Zartan. Oh, so all right. Why do you not like the Zartan Birdman and those in the chat here?
It's like maybe it's Zartan off of his medicine. I don't know, but it's like, because to me, like you've got one Zartan, and that's all you need. You need that OG. Like with a mohawk, I'm like, it's like, what the hell, it's like you ran out of dreadnought names, so you just slapped Zartan on it.
Right. If that was not Zartan, if they literally called it anything else, I would feel so much different about it. Like, I just wouldn't want. I can't imagine a world, a photo shoot or shelf space that's how Zartan is represented. That's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of like cruising Zartan, isn't it? He's cruising.
Right. He's midlife.
He doesn't look like
midlife crisis Zartan.
Yeah, I think I'm midlife crisis Zartan.
Right.
I don't know. I'm into it. I always liked him. I kind of liked it. I was into it. I like the mohawk. I like that he came with a bow. All right. This is not I gotta admit, a hydro of the reveals, the ones where they actually showed us. So we'll get into those. I wasn't all that excited, but this one I'm really excited about. This is the one I'm most excited about. Zanya. I love this character here.
I'm not super familiar per the character, but I know that we need some more female, so this is fantastic.
So what about you, Birdman? Did you read the Zanya stuff?
I'd rather have like a beach assault Zarana and two-piece bikini.
Yeah. So all right. Oh, this is great. All right. What's up, players? Watching from Uruguay. Nice, very nice. So what I would say is, so if you check out Zanya, I did a deep dive and started reading all of the IDW and the Devil's Due comics, and in the Devil's Due comics, she shows up, and it's an incredible story. It's one of the best stories ever in this. Zartan's daughter is hot. Yeah, pretty much. But one of the best things I've ever read. Basically, what happens is, she's got this boyfriend who's a total asshole, and he's like making her fight men for money because she's a really good fighter, so she wins every time. So she'll fight a guy but she's Zartan's daughter because he's laying pipe all around the U.S. all around the world. So he's as
himself and other people.
Yeah, so he has an illegitimate daughter, right? And so then what happens, for those of you she goes and hunts him down. She like kills her like mother and stepfather because he's abusing her, like burns her to death. And then she goes and like hunts down Zartan, and then she tries to fight him, and then they become like they become close. And he's like, "This is my daughter. Yeah, I recognize her. This is my fucking daughter." And then she sort of becomes like a player in the Dreadnoks world, and she's such a great character. She looks great. They did make a figure out of her in the I want to say 25th anniversary era, which was in a pack. So I just love it. Yeah, so good, right? She's so good. Yeah, she's honestly read the Devil. By the way, you can read every single. I don't know if everybody's aware of this. You can read every comic online for free, which is like I feel bad about doing it, but I'm not going to buy 150 issues of the horrible. Some of the IDW stuff is awful, and some of it's great, but some of it's really bad. I'm not buying that shit. I'm reading that shit online for free.
Right. It's a lot to ask, especially I mean, where would you have to go? Is there like even one place you could go to get all that?
Yeah, there's one spot you can read everything. Released in the 30th anniversary, 2012. Okay, thank you. Yeah, great figure. Great. It's a great character. I'm really excited to see what they do with her.
Agreed. I think even without knowing, the whole backstory, I just think that even just hearing what you have to say, it's interesting. I'm interested.
I'm also just into. I'm into new characters. I'm into like deep cuts, and I'm really into more dreadnoughts. I think we could get. There's a handful of dreadnoughts that are pretty cool that you could bring into the line. That'd be great.
Give us that Zanzibar. I want that skiff.
I know. I can't even believe.
Do we have Thrasher yet?
No. Well, they got to give us a Thunder Machine.
Right.
That's
right.
That has.
I mean,
right?
Well, every time I see Copperhead without that moccasin, I instantly go, they better not. They better not fuck us.
Did you see the Gridiron water moccasin ripoff? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's actually a completely new vehicle, but it would make a pretty good water moccasin.
I mean, obviously, I think they're trying to fill the void of that by making that vehicle. I did see it, but I kind of like almost was like, okay, it looks incredibly awesome, but I'm not investing in that right now. So I kind of like didn't go too far deep dive, but I mean, they do make good stuff, so I'm sure it's cool as hell.
The white girl with dreadlocks absolutely takes me back to my time in the pipe shops I owned. Degenerate women. Yeah.
Okay.
He loves a crazy woman. That's why, I'm into it. All right. So I'm super into this. That's like one of my, I think that we last time, Mike, when we talked, we did most wanted figures.
Yes.
I think I might have said Zanya. I
think you did. Yeah. Dude, I looked earlier today, just as I was sitting down. I was like, ooh, in case it comes up, where are those notes? I have no idea. That shit is all over the place. Believe me, I tried to tidy this little corner as best I could. I was too busy trying to get the pictures taken for that thing so I could finally take it down. So I did the best I could, but the rest of it on the other side is like, whoa. And I know that paperwork is over there somewhere.
All right, let's go to the next one here. We got next in line reveal. We got Crazy Legs.
Nice.
This one you can I'll buy him, but he's like one of those that to me personally, I don't give a shit. He's just one of like I kind of feel like I have to buy, but I don't care about it all. Like he's just like he's never been one of my favorites. But he's I don't hate him either. He doesn't suck, But and then they give him this weird face. What's
so weird? That's so weird. I don't know why they don't have the alternate head too. That because the retros are known to have extras like extra hands and all the whatnot. I don't know why we're with the blowjob face. Like what the fuck is going on there? I mean, I am happy though. My brother Dagon is the biggest Crazy Legs fan, and I know he's probably very excited for this. So that makes me happy. But
big Crazy Legs fan. Okay, what do you love about Crazy Legs?
He was an airborne trooper. Everything, and I think that's just it's always been his thing. Well, wait, I'm sorry. Don't let. Why am I speaking for him? He's here. He can tell you.
Okay. Oh yeah. Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider's amazing. Ghost Rider's such a good figure. I mean, I'm waiting for the Haslab Phantom, but anyway, what do you think?
I mean, I think it looks cool. I do like how I mean, again, I think the face is ridiculous, but it's it's an interesting looking figure that I think they did right. I prefer the Night Force one. Like I'm gonna ultimately wind up buying a Dragonfly because it's nice, and I do want those Night Force figures. I figure by the time if you bought those two Night Force figures separately, what is it, Crazy Legs and Ripcord? Yeah, Ripcord. If you bought those two separately, it would be almost as much as buying the whole thing. So eventually I'll get around to it.
No, I have. I did get it. He's great. Yeah, the Night Force great. Night Force Crazy Legs also has a soy voice. Yeah, that's the thing is the Night Force is one of those like sometimes the coloring of the Night Force is better than the original. So
100%, 100%.
Yeah,
Night Force is my favorite. Night Force is my favorite for sure.
But here's the other thing. You know what I would have sold me on them? Give them a parachute.
Yeah.
Hey, right. God forbid.
Parachute. The only cool thing about an airborne trooper is they come with a parachute. Why does he not have a parachute?
Do you guys have Halo jumpers? Do you have the 60th anniversary Halo jumper? Because he comes with a fucking the mega load. Really
amazing though.
They're bro. Listen, I wasn't gonna either, and then that sniper was on sale for like $16. I got two of them, and they were so good. The best one's the infantry for sure. But like you can't find that one for less than 35 anywhere. So one day they hit on Amazon for I think 19.99, and for whatever reason they were only letting you buy one. So I was only able to get one, and I'm gonna play as my brother Conrad calls it, clearance chicken, and hopefully wait to find some more because they seem to be plentiful. They're just expensive.
Admittedly, I don't. It's not because I don't think they're great. It's just like I'm just trying to choose and pick and choose what I buy because I'm getting a little addicted to He-Man, the new.
Ooh, some of that shit is nice. Some of that He-Man is real nice.
Yeah. I mean, this Masterverse, and I kind of want to get into Mythic Legions. Am I in a Conan figure? And so it's just like it's an expensive hobby, right? It's an expensive hobby. So I don't know.
Yes. I had a guy in the timeline the other day saying, "Hey, how come you don't collect any other lines?" And then I literally just made a quick video, and I was like, "Well, so I can't. There's no way." I was like, "I can't afford to get addicted to another line."
So he was your guy. So Roadblock, Crazy Legs was one of yours. We all had our guys that were like the guys that we were into. For whatever reason, like we were just into. Like I'm a really super obsessed with Gung Ho. Gung Ho is like my guy. He's like, for me, he's like, it's like Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Flint, Gung Ho, Roadblock, like Shipwreck.
For sure.
Those are my guys. I have a lot of them, but Gung Ho for me is like way up there. I don't know. Is it
such a almost? I mean, there's a lot of things that is, but it's like a polarizing looking figure, right? I remember as a kid thinking he looked so different than the rest of them, right? And he was like such a badass that you were like, oh, I got okay, like you just don't even really. I mean, dude, he looks like toothpaste. Like that color scheme that he has is fucking toothpaste. But for some reason, he total pass, and he looks awesome, and he's awesome, and it's great.
One of the things for me was that he's so crazy in the comic book. Because the first time you see him, he's in Antarctica, and he's walking around no shirt on.
Right.
And he's running around no shirt on and shit. Here's a good question. So, all right, Birdman, who are you guys? Who are you guys as a kid?
Well, you have to leave out Snake Eyes because everyone's going to say that, so I'm going to leave Snake Eyes out. But
sure,
they were
he's above all this.
Yeah. Rakondo, Budo. I mean, I want to say Stalker and Storm Shadow and Scarlet, but that seems, that's kind of that's everybody.
No.
But I always liked Airborne.
Okay. That's.
I love Major Blood. I know he's. Can I count Cobras too?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, Major Blood, Zartan. I always loved Wild Weasel, and I always loved Wild Bill.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I think I'll cap it with those guys.
Those are good picks, man. Yeah.
Cutter, because he had the whale.
Oh yeah. You got a little Boston Red Sox cat too. I'm from New England. So,
speaking about the whale.
Let's see. I think that's it, right?
It's not a whale, but I just got it for my birthday.
Oh, God. When was your birthday?
The 15th.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, brother.
I don't really know what the hell this thing is, but
so good, man.
I thought it was like an underwater sub, but
it's a bug. Fuck yeah.
Is
the whole thing supposed to go underwater, or just a little?
Yeah. Awesome. First of all, it can do whatever you want, brother. That is your bug to do what you want with. But yeah, I think it was, Matt. I think it was like a submarine.
It's got the little sled thingy.
Oh, good, man. That's my favorite part of it is the little water ski, jet ski shit.
Yeah, I've got everything but the driver, who is like ungodly expensive.
Oh yeah, I bet. It looks good, bro. That's awesome. Very nice.
All right, Mike. Who
birthday present from a YouTube friend?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nice.
Habits. Great channel.
Let's see. So I I've talked about my list a lot, like in the last couple months. So I actually just kind of jotted it down real quick. So my top like three are Beachhead, Shockwave, and Alley Viper. Those are like my favorites, right? Yeah, nice. I put Beachhead above. I probably should have started from the other way around, but Beachhead I put above the rest because he had like a full character in the cartoon, right? And he was awesome. So Beachhead is like number one, but right behind him is Shockwave and Alley Viper. Those two figures, not only the figures alone are amazing, but the card art on those hits so hard. Like for me, the 3 3/4, as much as the figures are awesome, it is definitely a three-way like triangle offense of greatness. It is like the figure, the card art, and then the file card. All of it together is what makes the GI Joe experience is the sum of those parts, right? And so like when I used to just look at the card arts. I remember just staring at them. I'd turn the thing around and all the other ones on the back and just be like, look at how, I remember I had a magnifying glass so I could see the on the back, they were smaller pictures, right? And I used to have a magnifying glass so I could see it. It was, yeah, that was the shit. So Shockwave and Alley Viper, not only do I love the figures, that card art like makes them through the roof. And then I'll kind of like, I guess it's the next wave would be something along the lines of like Low Light, Hit and Run, and Blizzard. Nice. I love those guys. I mean, Low Light speaks for itself, right? He's top tier figure, top tier character, top tier card art, like off the charts awesome. Hit and Run, I just always loved. Like he's got the backpack. He came down. He's got the full face camo. And for some reason, yeah, he's
that's
like a
full face right there.
Yeah. And the one thing that I liked, and for no particular reason really, other than it was just different, is on the card art he had like that AR style shorty, and instead of like a full like 3 chambered in like 300 magazine, it had like a 9mm thing going into that huge spot, and for whatever reason I just thought it was like looked different, and that was always just interesting to me. So that again, part of that is the card art is part of that. And I mean, who doesn't love Blizzard, right? He's got all that shit. I actually, hold on, I had this out. I was showing somebody the other day. I think all the stuff kind of, his ski fell off, but yeah, okay, there he is. I mean,
he's one of the ones I'm most excited about seeing what they'll do in Classified.
100%.
I think it'll be crazy what they do with it.
I think the two I'm most excited about, if I remember correctly, were this guy. It was kind of a three-way tie, so I'll tell you two more of those. So this guy, Ambush, and Salvo. I fucking love Ambush. Honestly, on a good day, Ambush could be right up at the top. I was obsessed with that cover shit that he had.
Yeah, cool.
There was no other figure that had that, and I just remember being like, as a kid, I was always like, I would always make forts in like the living room. I'd take the cushions off and then make something between two couches, and I'd use like a turned upside down laundry basket as like you could get up and look around and look out and shit like that. And so having like an ambush spot was, I even before the figure came out, I like loved it. And so when he came and he had the little tent thing, and then he had his own shit on him, I loved it. So I haven't gotten him. So I have a small, I'm not doing a big collecting of these. I'm just getting like my top 10. The ones I'm going to name right now, I have some of them, and eventually when I can find them at good prices, I'll get the rest. But yeah, so Ambush and Salvo would be the next couple. And the last wave would be Scrap Iron. Obviously is amazing. He changed the game. I have it right here, but his missiles fell out. He changed the game with the missile thing. 100%. I remember I was very much obsessed with that. Yeah, so Scrap Iron, Mainframe, and Lightfoot. That rounds out my basic top 10. Yes. I came on last time to defend Lightfoot's honor. I was like, I'm not going to let him do my boy like that. I know. And listen, I get it. And one thing that I like, that I know it's silly, and I doubt I'll ever find it for a price that I could justify buying it at, because despite what it looks like, I'm not totally out of my mind. I would really like to get the Shockwave Lightfoot Night Force 2-pack carded. Now, it's never going to happen because I think they're going for like $500, $600. And if I could have one from back in the day, it would probably be. It would. I think that would be like legit awesome to have. The Lightfoot one is in totally different colors. Yeah, his equipment is totally different.
Finally,
right, 100%, 100%. And the Shockwave, I absolutely love the Night Force Shockwave. So I love the original Shockwave so much that I refused to open the classified Night Force one. I was like, no, my Shockwave is blue, and he's with and I had this whole thing. But then anyway, one day I was like, you know what? I wanted to. I was doing a photo shoot with the Atlas, and I had the Night Force Ram in the back of it, right, with a couple figures and whatnot. And I took it out and I started fucking with it, and I was like, oh, it's awesome. It's really cool. It's pretty fucking dope. So I've been using him in the. I got it's again made up shit in my head, but the Strike Force Fangbuster, and it's the Night Force Beachhead, Night Force Shockwave, couple of wolf spiders and whatnot.
All right, some of these comments here. So Mike Ray, good friend of the channel here, says I just got 100% complete killer whale. That is awesome. Yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
You are my hero.
Wow.
Bravo.
Exciting. Yeah. I still have everything. No, so I have everything from a kid, which I think I've said before. But my whale is busted. It's all busted up. But it's I did break it out a couple years ago we have like one of those like pools you put up yourself, those cheapo pools, and a lot of stuff floats, which is really awesome. So I broke out all my floating GI Joe stuff for my kids, and they were loving that because you could have a good battle in the pool. Oh yeah, this is a really good one.
That's awesome.
I think you could definitely date somebody based on their favorite 5 GI Joes.
Hey,
girls are gonna be like, hey, I have my 5 favorite GI Joes. We know Lynn Green here would be there. We know Anchor Viper would be there, but
right.
Finding a girl that's into GI Joe. I mean, that'd be something.
Right. I think you just named it. Those are the only ones I know of for sure.
There's a handful of women who I see in the chats. So there's a few.
No, there is one lady.
Is one of them. Lynn Green's one of them. There's a one woman who knows a lot about crazy amount of knowledge. Who's in there a lot. But anyway, yeah, very cool. But yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's see. I don't care about Crazy Legs. He's just like I'm not anti Crazy Legs or anything. I just don't care. All right, so Zap though. Okay, of course we're finishing 13. What are your feelings on Zap?
It looks very zappy.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Are we gonna get a no thumb variant though?
Yeah.
I've heard that's very, very, very common perception there because it was definitely an issue. I've heard many people be like, yeah, what is he? Does he come with the thumbs? Can you take them on and off? Will it come with like an extra set or something like that? Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe the bazooka could have been more special. I don't know. Like if that's like your thing, like, I mean, I guess if I had a complaint, right? And it is, I heard one, sometimes it's weird how like you can look at something and not really think much one way or the other, and then you read somebody's comment and you're like, yeah, actually that's it. You know what I mean? And somebody kind of was like, it looks like a lazy repaint and the bazooka is not that cool. And I was kind of like, maybe. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't know.
That bazooka is pretty badass.
I guess I think it's definitely better than like the regular. I think I don't know. Let me put my glasses on. It looks like the one that came with like bazooka.
No.
I don't know.
I live in Latin America. We'll say Zap. Really? No, you're not feeling Zap. I mean, I think that I would think a Zap. Well, I mean, you have a few who are Latin American, heavy metal.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Shipwreck being one of the more important ones, and then we have Zap. But yeah, kind of cool. They gave him the little mustache, which makes him,
yeah, for sure.
I think I wish they had hybrided the second Zap, which is like the one he's got like metal pants.
Oh, yeah.
But people would be bitching because they want there's a
Yes.
contingent of people who want just exactly that first 13 in the same colors. I do not agree. Like the rock and roll, I didn't even bother because that original rock and roll was so good.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need. Oh wait, Zap is a reuse of Freddie Mercury as
That's a good one.
I really yes. This is I would love to see a more like the way they did rock and roll was cooler. I just loved so I didn't need the rock and roll, but what did you think?
Boys, I'm stepping off 1 second. My window is open on the other side and it's freezing. I just got to go close that real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
He looks kind of. I'm glad he looks like. I'm glad we're getting all the original 13.
Yeah.
He looks dated though, and I feel like a hypocrite saying that, but I mean, Stalker looked cool. Hawk looked good. I don't know what. Maybe give him a scarf. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But
he's a little bland. Like, well, Grunt was the most boring figure of all time as a kid, and then they updated him. They gave you Grunt and the Classified, and he was great.
He's amazing. That Classified Grunt is. I know people that they think it's the best one, best Classified. That Grunt. It's pretty dope. I think I got that.
Oh yeah, okay. Isn't Law Latin too? I think he's only Latin in the sun. He's I don't think he's Latin in I think it's what's his name? I'm blanking on Law's name.
I can't think of it either. Saved my life.
I feel like it was just a son because he's based on Kirk Bazigian, who was the guy who project manager of GI Joe. And so he was just not. So then, but then when the card didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, Christopher Levine is his name. He's not Latino, but there's definitely some good Latino representation in the GI Joe team. Heavy Metal certainly. Hector Delgado here, and then. But of course, yeah. The whole every presentation of any character in the Renegades, like they made Chuckles like just a big dumb lunk who threw shit, who was just he's just like this. They didn't even bother, caring about him. All right. So we're kind of. I'm excited to have him. I wish they had done a slight reinvention here. That's a little bit more like what they did with the rock and roll. All right, so now we got our next reveal here, and we've got actually let's see the Crimson Guard lady. What are your feelings on Lady Crimson Guard?
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love it. The only thing I wish, and again, because I saw somebody had put like a side by side comparison that it looks like a different shade red than the classified Crimson Guard, not the retro, but the mainline one. I guess it looked like it was a shade off, and if you tried to put them together, it might. That's for the really like fine detail, like if you wanted that to look exactly the same. But otherwise, I love it. I love that. Now, she got a backpack on there?
I don't see it.
I don't see one there.
Why are they're so lame about backpack? They won't give me a backpack.
Alpine, a fucking mountaineer, doesn't have a backpack.
They should have a fucking backpack. Like everybody should have a backpack. They should
everybody
backpack.
Everybody.
Backpack for everybody.
So 100%.
Yeah.
That holds your shit too. Not just something that you put. Like she should be able to have all of that on her person.
Okay. Oh wait, here we go. Very nice. This is a very kind comment. Gang, let's hit the like. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
TV Cobra in the house.
Yeah. Oh, TV Cobra in the house. Oh, this is okay. Down again. What the fuck, man? So I actually tell you a little story. So the first thing I ever
Wow.
put
No
on my
backpack.
channel.
Oh wait.
I got deleted. My channel got deleted, and then
Oh.
YouTube told me that I was trying to sell a product, and then I was and then I would not only was I not allowed to post on YouTube, that I would not be able to post on YouTube ever again. And I got this message, and it was a parody. I had done a parody video with Destro as like a sort of financial influencer who had like 1-800 at the end of it. He said like 1-800 Pimp Daddy Destro or something like that.
Right.
And so what happened was the AI had picked up and thought I was creating a course. And so they thought I was like doing a sort of like
Right. Running a scam. Fake
So
school.
I immediately was like, no, I was so pissed. I was like, it's a parody, you fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And then immediately they did figure out it was a parody. I guess what happens is YouTube has an AI that looks over your videos, and if you do something that they don't like or that breaks their parameters or whatever, they will delete they basically like tell you your channel's fucking fucked, especially when you're new. And so that's what happened. So that's probably what happened to you, Anchor Viper. I think you just got to get a human being to look at it. You'll be fine. That's my guess. Because once I had a human being look at it, they're like, yeah, this is clearly a parody. I'm not trying to sell a fucking course.
Right.
Stupid. Oh, wait. Okay. She has a backpack. It's picture in the bubble pack. Oh, good. Good to know.
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the very, very good. YouTube's AI isn't very That's very true. 100%. All right, last. What do you think, Birdman? What's your take on the female Crimson Guard?
It looks like a female Crimson Guard. I don't have a problem with it, but I'm also not buying it. I don't feel the need to buy her.
Yeah,
it looks nice.
Put a female fucking head on that thing. I don't know why they didn't do that. Put a woman's head. Give us a couple heads.
Right. For sure.
Give head.
100%. My daughters want one, so they're actually getting one each.
Nice.
Yeah, they. It's one of those things where like they
could be terrorists too, people. That's feminist.
Yes. What is it? I think it was Ann Coulter that not that I want to quote her necessarily, but she said something like it's women aren't in the military not because it's not that they're not strong enough, it's because they're too cruel. So yeah, I think they make like the Valkyries, right? Like in my world, like the women are like the craziest. So like the Valkyries, the Cobra Claw pilots, they're like they're damn near on it. They're like every mission is a suicide mission. Like we don't give a fuck.
Yes, like you got to think like what kind of woman, because we all know like when women fight, they're 10 times scarier than men.
Right, they truly lose their shit.
What kind of woman joins Cobra? No offense, Anchor
Viper. Right.
This is gonna be probably mean to you, Anchor Viper. We're gonna
right.
I'm gonna say like that's a scary ass woman who joins Cobra. I probably dated like 5 of them.
Yes.
In the 90s.
Yes.
In the 90s,
yes.
I was dating exclusively women who would join Cobra.
Right. And some that they actually were thrown out, so they were even too much for Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was dating the Cobra rejects.
What about you, Birdman? You ever dated any Cobra Valkyries?
I feel like maybe I did once or twice, but it didn't get to dessert. So
nice, very good.
Okay. All right. Lastly, we got, of course, we knew this was coming. The Renegades. We got Red Dog and Taurus. How you feeling about that?
That's a 2-pack, right?
Yeah, it's 2-pack. Yeah.
I never liked Sergeant Slaughter, so I was never much on the Renegades.
Yeah.
But I'm glad those who fancy them are getting them though. I want us to have. I don't know if we're gonna get everybody, but let's get close to it.
Yeah, I don't want everybody. Like, there's some of these motherfuckers who want like everybody who ever came out in the GI Joe universe. I do not want the fucking like last years of GI Joe, like Star Brigade shit. I do not want that shit. Like, I'm not
Please-
interested.
please don't.
You don't want Lobotomax or
I
what was his
kind of
name?
want Lobotomax. I'm not gonna lie. Gina Carano. I would love to see Gina Carano in a GI Joe movie. That would have been pretty cool as a Crimson Guard. That'd be pretty hot. I'd be into that. Yeah, no, I'm into it. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts there? You a fan of these guys?
I'm gonna pass. And
Really?
truly, right? Yeah,
Wait a minute.
listen. I love no. I as much as I love the Sarge, right, in the cartoon and in real life, he appears by all measures a lovely man, right?
He is supposed
And
to be very, very nice. Yes.
right, and I think that's fantastic, and I'm happy that it's all there. But like, I don't know, when I look at the Sarge, it's another shirtless person, right? Sometimes like Quick Kick and shirtless dudes, I can't. Sometimes it's like Gung Ho gets a pass, like we was talking about. You know, he just got the best. It's not the same. I don't know what it is, but something about it, just I've never fully into it all the way, and almost by extension, you know, that Mercer 2-pack and everything looks good. You know, I've looked at it and it's just like, I didn't get that. I passed on that, and I will be passing on this. I know it sounds crazy, but nope.
Wait, we need an ice cream soldier. I gotta admit, like, I can see them doing ice cream soldier just as a joke, but there's other ones that you just don't want. There's just like other random ones from the last like 2 years that you'd be like, why would you bother? You know, I'd be all right with an ice cream soldier. That'd be kind of fun. Snowstorm. Okay, so we got some more Latina. Snowstorm's Cuban. I did not know that. Okay. Well, let's get to the main topic finally. Like we tend to do. We talk a lot, and
I'm the guilty party.
We're not going to be 3 hours. So whoever was hazing you there, Mike.
Right. That's my buddy Dagon. So Dagon does a podcast. It's 30 minutes, and it's literally called the fastest GI Joe podcast. He does a great, quick little job. So he's always, we have a thing. He's got the fastest. I have the longest, and so we're like, you know, we joke about it all the time.
All right, yeah. But let's get to the topic here. Mythology of GI Joe, the cartoon. All right, so I obviously put out a big video on the cartoon, and that is the main topic here. Is we're going to talk about the GI Joe cartoon. What are your feelings on it? It will be the first topic. Like, I've always been more of a comic book guy, but that doesn't mean I don't like absolutely love the cartoon. And I have rewatching it, and I've been actually rewatching a lot of other cartoons too. In comparison,
Like
in my
what?
opinion, let me know if you. So I watched Mask, He-Man, Visionaries, Thundercats. I've been watching a lot of cartoons in the sectors, so I watch a lot of those. And thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes,
and
very good.
In my opinion, I don't know if anybody agrees with me, the He-Man cartoon is pretty rough. It's pretty boring, pretty stiff. Like some of the cartoons, like the Thundercats, is like pretty good. It's pretty well animated, but it's kind of a little cheese. The GI Joe shit is fucking crazy. It's crazy town. It's weird. It's weird. And sometimes goofy and too goofy, and sometimes it's really creepy and dark and like. So I'm like, I actually think it is a pretty great cartoon, and I think all of the Sunbow stuff is pretty great. In general, I think Sunbow is the best company that makes animation from the era because they did weirder shit. And they had better writers, and they had much more cool. They went weirder, they went cooler, they had dark stuff, and some of the other stuff is just too kiddie for me. It's just like it's too much for kids. Which I mean, obviously it's all for kids, but okay.
Right.
Even it's hard rewatch. It's so hit or miss. Yeah, there's some good stuff in it, but That's my take anyway, and I'm loving the GI Joe was like, oh, it's goofy, but rewatching it, I'm like, no, actually, there's some amazing shit here. What's your take on it?
I love the cartoon.
You're a big fan?
I love the cartoon. I was so glad when they started running it on YouTube 24/7. I was just like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yes, for sure. I have it on in the background often when I can, right? It just, I have it in the headset. It's just something to have to pay attention to because you catch phrases, right? Sometimes like you catch, Cobra Commander calling Destro the titanium turkey face or something like that. And you're like, and that's all you have to hear, right? You haven't really heard anything else, but you catch that and it makes me laugh and it's fantastic. So I absolutely love that. There's obviously 1,000 of those, right? More so, I feel like in the first season than the second season, right? Like when I just, again, I kind of randomly just tried to watch what I could the last couple of days, and I felt like there's a lot of those very funny sayings weren't really in the second season. It was a bit more, wow, fine. I just remember there was like that. One of the things was like that kind of an element I thought was interesting, that it just didn't have those funny ass sayings, because there's a lot of them and they're all fucking awesome. Like when Cobra Commander yells at Destro, or when Destro yells at Cobra Commander, it's awesome. It's very good. They fight like a couple, obviously.
What I love about the first season, I think the first season better because it has my favorite characters. Because I think like 85, Quick Kick, Alpine Bazooka, Snake Eyes, like Shipwreck.
Yep.
86, we get into Low Light,
Beachhead,
Sergeant Slaughter, Beachhead, Iceberg.
right.
And I still love those characters too, obviously. But what we'll say, on a rewatch, second season, the animation is fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
And I was shocked at how good it is. It holds up so well. It's absolutely beautiful.
That is one of my many notes, was that. So I remember feeling like, I was like, all right, I feel like I remember more about the first season than I do the second season. So let me just try to randomly go through the second season. And the first thing I remember is the fucking Vipers. They look amazing, like in the beginning of the show and everything, because they look just like this guy, right? And I just remember being like, oh yes, oh my God, that looks so fucking amazing. I love it. I 100% agree. With that being said, when I had it in my head, I watched, like, I don't remember what it was, I just had a couple episodes on of the second season. I was looking, and every time in the sense of the animation, it caught my eye. And then I was like, all right, well, I wonder how much better this is than the first. The first is still very good, impressive in its own way, right? Like I remember thinking I thought I remembered it looking a little less. So I was kind of like pleasantly surprised, and I was like, oh yeah, no, this is still very good. Just the second season is ridiculous.
Yeah. The second, it actually is I think the thing is like, and this is like in comparison to other cartoons of the era, they're not as well animated. This is the like Sunbow, and this is just the Sunbow thing in general. Sunbow, they use Toei Animation, which did One Piece, and they did a lot of anime, Sailor Moon, a lot of kind of stuff. So the animation is great. It's actually quite beautiful. But okay, so John says he used to watch the cartoon with my dad. Right? Yeah, that's awesome. And this here, cartoon was a foundation for my play world. Got the comic once. It was so different. They are so different. I gotta say, I'm more of a comic book guy, but as I think it's probably your take, Birdman, right? You're more of a comic book world. Right?
Well, the cartoon came on every day, so
Right.
I probably I made up my own canon with my action figures.
Right.
Yeah, I was probably like 90% comic, 5% cartoon, and then 5% my own crazy stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That's what I would agree. Like, so my thing was I was like 80% comic, but all of my characterization came from the cartoon. So for instance, like Shipwreck talk like Shipwreck, Roadblock talk like Roadblock, Quick Kick talk like Quick Kick.
Right.
Even Destro talk like Destro, even though Destro should have a Scottish accent.
Sean Connery.
yeah, he should be Sean Connery, which is actually what Larry Hama said.
Yeah,
but you know, the comic book had like the more realistic shit, but the cartoon just like dealt with more characters, so you kind of needed both. You know, like for me.
The cartoon. I'm like, God, can we get away from Flint and Lady J, please?
Yeah, why?
It had too much Flint and Lady J.
No, Flint. I'm obsessed with Flint. Is my guy. Flint for me, it's like I think we was talking about before. My guys, it's like Snake Eyes, then it's Scarlet, and then it's who I named my daughter after. Then it's Flint, Gung Ho, a couple others, you know. But Flint was my like leader guy. I fucking love Flint.
Flint is cool. I remember, like, to me, Duke was like a real true blue parent, right? Duke reminded me of an absolute, like, as a kid looking, he was like how a parent was, right? He was always doing the right thing. He, you know, was like
boring as fuck.
Boring as fuck. Boring as fuck. 100%. But then Flint was almost like a cool, almost like more of a cool uncle, where like you could catch him saying a swear word or something like that. Not the kind of cool uncle that gave you pot when you were a teenager, but definitely a cool uncle that would swear and shit like that from time to time. You know what I mean? He'd be like, yeah, fuck him.
Is there a better two voice? I agree. Flint's voice, I was like, man, that voice is the sexiest.
It is good.
The Lady J voice. Here's the thing. Oh, here's the other thing about GI Joe, which I think is hilarious. Absolutely, 100% the horniest cartoon of the era. Because I was on a rewatch doing the video. I looked it up and I'm like, how many horny ass moments are there? Like, if you look at the Games Master episode. The Games Master episode starts with Lady J in a dressing room, and the fucking Games Master comes up, and she is she's in the middle of dressing, right? And that's when he takes her, and then he takes her, and he puts her on this his island, and what does he do? He puts the Baroness in a fucking bikini because she's in a hot tub. He grabs her, she's in a hot tub and a bikini, and then there's.
Can I get that classified figure?
Yeah, please. Then there's this horny ass scene where Duke fights the Baroness and he's like wrestling her and she's in a bikini, and it's like the closest thing you saw to sex than in a cartoon. Am I right? Does everybody recognize how horny this cartoon is? And also, here's the other thing: Shipwreck is the horniest character in all of 80s cartoons.
100%, and it's obvious even to kids. I remember it being obvious to me. He reminded me of Pepe Le Pew. I was like, he acts like Pepe Le Pew. Why are those guys always acting that way around women? They definitely got that same vibe, for sure. And if you remember too, like the what is that scene with? I don't remember what episode it is where they're in the bubble, Flint and Lady J, and they're obviously awkwardly like, oh hey, what do we do? We're like, and they're face to face. And it was like, oh yeah, right. My face has been close to a girl's face. I sound like that. That's all seems familiar. It's very awkward. You know, it's 6-7 years old. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I remember that scene too. I don't.
Lady J was shrunk to Charlie. She loses her pants.
Oh yeah, what? I remember that.
Thank you.
Nice. Sigourney Weaver is my casting for Lady J. I mean, there was a time, right, for sure, where I see what you mean.
Yeah,
like I'd like to think Lady J, maybe I don't want to say hotter. Sigourney Weaver, very very lovely woman, but you know what I mean. I think of every time I think of Sigourney Weaver, I think of Aliens, right? Like it's that she's all sweaty, her hair's all fucked up. God forbid, they put her in a bad spot. But yes. But I don't know if that works.
Here's another thing: Lady J, hottest voice of any.
100%.
The sexiest voice of anybody.
100%. No doubt.
Maybe like second to what's her name from Body Heat?
Kathleen Turner.
Thank you.
Kathleen Turner. Yes.
Okay. Shipwreck is a seaman. Yeah.
Romancing the Stone, right? That's Kathleen Turner, right? Is that what we're talking about? Okay. Yeah.
The Lady J boy. I gotta admit, man, I'm like pouring through all this footage. There's a moment where she's being hoisted down into the like Lovecraftian terror.
Yeah. The skeletons in the closet.
Nightgown and her boobs are kind of out. She got a little cleavage going.
Yeah. Skeletons in the closet. I think that's the episode.
It's a little hot.
It is. There's other, and in my head, I'm thinking.
Wait. So what you're saying is we have a GI Joe's horniest moments. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I am on 100% doing that video. And
the crowd has spoken.
Me the idea, and I want to thank you for that because I'm going to do that video without a doubt.
Oh, I thought when you started talking about it earlier, you were talking about it because you were doing the video. That's what I thought you had already had the idea, and it was. Yeah, hell yeah.
Was it Tendril or Decompose that was trying to get busy with the Statue of Liberty?
It was it was Metlar.
Was it Metlar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Metlar starts banging the Statue of Liberty, but then she becomes a nagging wife. And he's like, I'm sick of you, bitch. And he puts her back. It's so good.
That is good. That is good. So you were talking about you
were on that episode. Yes, we'll have you on.
That's funny. Yes, fantastic. You were asking for me, whether it's comic or cartoon, it was definitely more cartoon. Now I had some comics, but it was no continuity, right, or anything like that. It was definitely the show for me, and I can remember being like how I talk about the figures was basically how I was with the cartoon. I had that same reaction where you feel the chemical flowing when you look at it. It really opens those doors or whatever. And the opening music and the closing music literally had strings attached to my brain. The beginning music would make me so excited. Right, and then the closing music almost made me sad because it was over, and I'd be like, "Damn it!" And you have to. And back then it wasn't on. I think Birdman said it wasn't on all the time, so you had to you had to wait. You never knew when you were going to see it again. So yeah, I remember it being like certain parts even stick in my head. I think it's part of the outro music or the outro scenes of the second season where there's the Cobra balloons are falling from I don't remember what episode it is, but there's the balloons that they pop, it's got the gas in it. But at the end they show a scene from that, and for what that has stuck in my head throughout time as when something's over and it's it's time to go home or whatever, be oh, it's the Cobra balloons, time to go. So that, it always just stuck with me. So the cartoon was for sure I liked other cartoons, but not like this, right?
Yeah,
Voltron was ultra cool. I thought Voltron was good. I thought for some reason I couldn't Mask wasn't on a lot. It was G.I. Joe was Saturday mornings, but then there was other times during the week or something, I think. I don't know. But I just remember Mask being super rare. So whenever it was on, you were like, ooh, I have to fucking watch this because I hadn't seen it in a month or something like that. So I remember that being cool, but there was nothing quite like GI Joe. And the animation, I can even as a kid remember thinking how cool it looked. As an adult going back and looking, I'm still super impressed. But it was just it was sort of as a kid they did obviously it's a cartoon, but as a kid it was the stuff they were doing was almost, I don't want to say plausible, but it was the sci-fi element wasn't as crazy as the shit you saw in movies, right? It was not as, because they weren't killing it. Yeah. They weren't, because they weren't killing anybody, right? It was just safer, right? And I just remember as a kid thinking and then tie in the element of Sergeant Slaughter being a real person. I was like, ooh, maybe this is really happening and they're just making a cartoon about it.
So we got a lot of votes for Cobra Anchor Anchor Viper to be on the episode of horniest. And we had just gave Dimza's top streamer video idea. Yes, you did. And then we also got Lady J would have totally have shirt buttons popped home to distract the enemy. She does that. I feel like they really are. It's very, very horny show. Very horny. Okay, here we go. And then Roadblock here. Love when Shipwreck gets slapped by Scarlet. Yeah. So Shipwreck is legitimately sexually harassing Scarlet. Flint, by the way, also it's Falcon. Sorry, Falcon, by the way.
Yes, habitual.
He slaps fucking Jinx's ass. Do you remember
habitual line stepper, that Falcon.
He slaps her ass. It's hilarious.
Yes, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, that's one of the moments when you see as an adult, you're like, oh my god, I didn't remember that like exactly like that, but holy shit, that happened.
But
I
that
know,
was
right?
pretty standard in the 80s back then, because it was like if you the other thing that's great about it is like he sexually harasses her and then like she doesn't like him, she slaps him because she can kick ass. But then of
Right,
course
right.
they end up together. So it's like in the 80s, if you sexually harass a girl, she slaps you, you pretty much ended up with her at the end of the movie.
Right. It was foreshadowing for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much. All right. What are your favorite episodes? What do you think? What do you, does anybody have a favorite episode or two that they want to share?
I like the Mass Device miniseries the best.
Yes, that's
pretty
one.
solid.
The color, I don't know what changed as far as it goes, but the coloring on that one is much richer than all the others.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's got a much better look to it.
It's a
where men and cartoons were awesome.
right. Yes. But it's a tie for me. The Mass Device with Arise Serpentor Arise. For whatever reason, I think it's because I had the VHS that had it was just the episodes of Arise Serpentor Arise. I think I had that because I saw that way more than literally and than any of the other episodes. Like I remember that like super vividly, the Dr. Mindbender and the double helix, like all those scenes. That is like something that's always like stuck in my head. I've seen that a lot, and it's definitely cool. It kind of brings like I think that's when you first see Beachhead is in that one there.
Yeah,
so you're like, so you're seeing these new guys, and it was just a crazy cool idea. I remember as a kid being so fucking excited to finally see the thing like alive, right? Because the buildup is insane, and then you know they totally pull the rug out from underneath you when Cobra Commander spikes the the DNA of that whatever which one it is, and then the monster comes out at first.
Oh
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, fuck, I want to see Serpentor, and so by the time they give you Serpentor, you know, you're worked up to a fever pitch, and yeah, it's I have to say but that one's probably my favorite. But the Mass Device is right fucking there. Just a crazy cool idea. And like the battle for the elements, it really like I like the episodes or the series where they're like spread out all across the globe, right? Like they're fighting Cobra on all they're in some kind of Antarctic fucking thing. There's some dudes in the jungle. There's somebody like in the fucking desert, and there's just shit like that. Like those are the episodes where you see them all like kicking Cobra's teeth in on all the different continents, So I don't know that those and like a Rise Serpentor Rise is the epitome of that as they go to all the different tombs and shit. So yeah, I have to say. I mean, there's like Pyramid of Darkness too, like that one. Is it also very good? Like I wouldn't be able to repeat a lot of that as much as like the other two, like the Mass Device and stuff. Like I love what they did with the well, we'll save that for the other segment. I was gonna say the Mass Device figures, but yeah, no, that's I think that's interesting. I'll have to like go back and look, Birdman, when you're saying about the colors being more rich, because I feel like when you said that, there was a bell ringing in the back of my head. Like, yeah, he's right. That did look more rich.
Yeah.
Like the color wise.
Anytime that's on, I'm just gonna sit down and watch this. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Very
Falcon
cool. Very cool.
Don Knotts, of course, he sexually harassed all ladies. You meant Don Johnson, which pointed out. But I would love to see Don Knotts play Falcon. Actually, the GI Joe Classified Falcon looks more like Don Knotts than Don Johnson.
Did you guys like Falcon at all? Like as a character from like in the movie and shit? You did? I don't know. He was yeah, right. It's true. And in the end of the day, he did beat up Serpentor, right? Isn't that what happened at the end of when they're on the BET? Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, and Serpentor's maybe. I feel like he does both.
Right at the end there. I just always felt like he was so. All right. I guess it's like he was like a knockoff of Flint. But and it just
cross-dressing ninjas and walls. Nice, yeah. Sorry,
that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like Temu Flint. You know what I mean? It was like they didn't come up with a fully different character. It was just Flint if he fucked off, you know, or something like that. I think it wasn't so much that I disliked Falcon as much as it just seemed like they could have maybe made it. I don't know, but that's my right. It's just the way I looked at it. But yeah, it was a fucking.
For me, as a figure, he had a knife, and that was like huge for me. That he had a knife.
Okay.
And then in the cartoons, though, what I love about Falcon, he's the fuck up of GI Joe.
For sure.
Character, which is like what's great is like storytelling, which is I have a whole other channel where I talk about storytelling, which is not doing as well as my GI Joe channel. But one of the things about it is you want a character arc. A guy has to start like here, not good, and then he changes, and you almost never see that in any cartoon of the 80s. Even like including Transformers movie, there's no arc. But the arc here is it's fucking amazing. Is you go get a guy who's got a redemption arc. He starts off with jack off and he ends up a hero. And so it's pretty great. And I kind of love that that he does this arc. But he does start, he's an asshole. He's the worst. He's the only like character in GI Joe who's like kind of a jerk off when he starts off, you know.
Right. You know, I never looked at it like that, and I think that's very interesting. I think I can have a new appreciation for all that. No, that's a very interesting point. I like it. And there's a lot going on there. I think as a kid too, you maybe identify with that, right? Like I wasn't like a problem child or anything, but I got in plenty of trouble and could kind of identify where, you know, when he was just kind of like, hey, back off, you know, nobody asked you to stick up for me, fucking beat feet.
So you're saying Falcon? So you're saying the same thing here? Falcon's a poor man's Flint, and like if you just objectively look at him as like a character, and here's what I like. Like Duke is just kind of bland, and like Flint is he's still just heroic guy with an amazing chin and who's like very super powerful and like you know good at everything. But there's just something cooler about Flint. They just like nail it. He's just got a cool factor to him that Duke doesn't have. And then you got and Falcon, but Falcon is like he's totally different. He's a fuck up. That's like what makes him interesting. Is that he's a complete fuck up. We have
but was he a fuck up on his foul card?
No, he's first of all, you're a Green Beret. You're
Good
not
question.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you a Green Beret? Like, you're
and he wasn't that way in the comic book either that I recall.
I don't think he did much of the comic book from what I really remember.
Yeah, so really it's like the movie is just like so affecting our perception of Falcon.
So all right, TB Cobra is talking trash here. Typical Joe slop. Sorry.
I love it.
Yes, DIC made him. Then he becomes a crackhead. All right, he becomes a crackhead, right? All right, wait here. Very nice comment here. I want to acknowledge here. Thank you so much, Marco. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, he's a fuck up, right? So that's the thing. He's so sorry. What were you saying, Birdman? I feel like I interrupted you.
Oh, it's like the movie is just like affecting us so much for our perception of Falcon. And
well, because I think he would be bland. I think if it wasn't for the movie and for the crackhead moment in DIC, he would be bland. He would be Flint point 2.0. You know what I mean? Like he's just like but he had a knife. For me as a kid, the knife was a big deal. I like knives.
Didn't he come with a shotgun too?
Yeah, he got a shotgun. So. I'm a big fan of shotguns and knives, but also Flint had a shotgun, so and he wears a beret. You know. Flint is the James Bond. You're right. He's super stud with the ladies. True. Yeah. All right.
Too much Flint love in the house tonight, y'all. We need some love for Duke. Okay.
There's some love for Duke in here. I think I missed it. Somebody was giving love for Duke. But by the way, so my take on my favorite episodes, World Without End. Probably the best episode of G.I. Joe ever. 2-parter, just so incredible. I love when they get weird and they get really crazy and like dark and creepy. That's what I love.
One of my favorite one, something that always stuck in my head. I'm pretty sure this is the same one. That's The World Without Ends, is where Steeler gets all melancholy about the whole.
No, you're wrong. He gets busy with the Baroness. That was the point.
Yeah.
Oh, at the end, right? But in the beginning, he doesn't want to. That's funny. He doesn't. He's kind. Yeah, and he's complaining all the time. He's like, "Oh, we fight Cobra, and then they go away, and then they come back, and we fight him again." And at one point, he's saying it to Barbecue, and then Barbecue just kind of like going with the flow of the conversation. Is like, well, I hear what you're saying. You got to show up and fight the good fight or whatever. And then Steeler is like, yeah, that's it. You're right. We should just all give up. And Barbecue's like, oh no, hey, hold on, little fella, that's not what I said. It was, and it was just a funny ass exchange where he's like, wait, like Steeler totally misrepresented what he said completely. And Bar's like, no, hold on. And then they get cut off because like Duke walks in or something like that. It's just hilarious.
What happens with Steeler? Steeler almost dies, and like he almost gets killed. And then he's like, what am I fighting for? There's never any point. Like it's just like status quo. Like, and then he goes to this new world and he sees the world where Cobra is like in charge, and he's like, oh shit, it's horrifying. He sees his own dead body, and then he finds out he's banging the Baroness, and he's like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna hang back here where I'm getting black plaid poontang, and then you go back home. I'm very much like sacrificing for the good of the cause.
Right. You really don't have to say much. You're just like, guys. And you just kind of gesture a little bit, and you're like, I'm staying. And everybody goes, you're right. You're right. I'd stay. Something I saw when I was going through episodes was, and I didn't write the name of it down, but it was where I think it's My Brother's Keeper, where there's one dude in a wheelchair and then his brother, and they're like in a business together. But in the end, Mindbender promises the dude like he can make him walk again, and he was clearly like full of shit the whole time. And I just thought that was insane that Dr. Mindbender was like a street hustler running fucking follow the ball on a poor crippled kid in this cartoon. It was hysterical.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, what? And something else that stuck in my head too was...
You would have stayed? Yeah, stayed for the Baroness? I would have stayed for the Baroness, yeah.
Definitely stayed for the Baroness. When I was watching the Mass Device the other day, it was... And I probably saw this before, but it didn't hit me so much. Like, when when Snake Eyes makes it back and everybody sees him, like everybody thought Snake Eyes was dead, right? And then they all see him and he rolls up now. He has Timber at this time. Everybody was just at best equally happy to have met Timber for the first time as they were to find out that Snake Eyes was fucking alive. It was crazy. Everybody was like, holy shit, look at the dog. Snake, what's up, bro? Look at his dog. It was hilarious. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was especially really, it came down to Scarlett's reaction, because she definitely like had much more in her voice when she was talking to the dog than she was like, oh, Snake Eyes, you made it.
We got a lot of love for Duke here. Introduced to GI Joe through the car. Duke was the leader, Love Hog, but Duke was the man. And yeah, okay,
bro, yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're all part of it. Him being an adult, like, I don't know, made that realistic. Like, yeah, of course he's the leader. He sounds just like my grandfather.
Some of my other favorite episodes. Okay, Nightmare Assault is where where we get Low Light. And he's dealing with the fact that he was like traumatically abused as a child.
Yes.
Dark. But the animation in that episode is the most beautiful animation. It's so good. It's like Mindbender becomes like Freddy Krueger, and there's like these horrifying like monster like cars in a like abandoned car lot, and it's just so well animated. And then Lowlight is so cool. It's such a dark ass episode. That's gonna be one of my favorites of all time.
Nice. Yeah, I do agree. I remember I very much liked Lowlight a lot, and Yeah, not just the way he looked, but like his character. So I remember that was like any time that they focused in on like a person like that and did something that was kind of mostly about him, like in the episode. I always thought that was very cool. Like that plays to, like we talked about last time, why a TV show would be so good for GI Joe, right? Because you can have, here's the fucking low light episode, right? And you can have more than one of those, but maybe you space it out to tell. But you can tell a grand story, which would be the sum of a bunch of individual parts, right? And there's just such a wealth of great characters that you could make so many fucking episodes. If I win the fucking Mega Millions, bro, I am gonna make the dopest fucking GI Joe shit. Oh my god, it's the sole reason I go. I mean, I don't play. I go like every Friday. You spend $4 on like 2 fucking pick'em tickets, just and hopefully it hits, and I will make the best thing ever. I promise.
Yeah, I think that for me, like, Lowlight is he's scary because he can shoot you from like 1,000 miles away. He's gonna put a bullet in your head.
But you never know. I'm like, hey, if Snake Eyes is pissed off at you, ooh,
you're fucked. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather Lowlights just tap me from 1,000 yards.
I'll take my chance with the bullet dropping a little too low or something over the course of the mile. Snake Eyes you won't even know it. That's the thing though. With Snake Eyes, you wouldn't even. I mean, you wouldn't know the bullet either, I guess. But yeah.
What I love, and one thing is that whereas like as much as I'm a cartoon fan, a comic book fan. The comic book is 2 Snake Eyes, Stalker, Scarlet, Destro, and Baroness obsessed. It almost leaves no room for anything else. There's like a handful of characters they care about. Roadblock gets a little time, but so few characters get any time, and you just like you're missing out on this whole world. So the cartoon gives you a chance where it's like Dusty has a great episode. So but the main character, for me, the main character here, and Michael Foley can agree with me on this one, is Shipwreck. Shipwreck is, and Buzz Dixon has said in other like interviews that that's his favorite character. By the way, I'm really excited. I'm going to say this all the time because I'm really excited about it. I'm interviewing Buzz Dixon next Monday. Yes. So he's a really nice person. Yeah. Very easy. I reached out to him, and I'm going to be interviewing him next Monday.
Is he coming on live?
I don't think he's coming on live. I think
okay.
And then I'm going to probably edit it together. But he's super nice. I've reached out to him a few times. He's really nice. And he was the guy that really loves Shipwreck. So, all right, yeah. So, and for me, okay, so the best episode, one of the other best episodes, There's No Place Like Springfield, Mara, Memories of Mara. Of course, Pyramid of Darkness. He has this great arc. But to me, what I love about Shipwreck is the anti-hero. He's not a good guy. He's sexually harasses women. He's a little angry. He screams at his pet, but he's still a hero. That is like, you never see an anti-hero. There's no other anti-hero in 80s cartoons.
Right.
That I can think of.
Not like that. Not like that for sure.
Yeah.
I think when I think back on GI Joe, obviously, like I have examples of parts of shows. I'm almost kind of realizing I think I more remember it through the lens of characters instead of episodes, right? Like it's the individual characters like more stick out like a lot. Like you remember how the last time I was on, I talked about one of the things that always stuck with me from when I kind of lost touch with collecting and stopped whatever when I was 10, 11 years old. One thing that always stuck with me all the way back up till I circled back into it was that Destro was always right. Destro was always right. Just fucking let Destro decide, right? Like, and as a kid, like, so like that's when I think back on the Sunbow cartoon. While obviously it's episodes, but it's stuff like that I remember. And like Cobra Commander was such a, like, even though he was his frequent displays of cowardice were always there, it was still like he was just such an awesome character. And I loved it. I love like so when the Hood came, I absolutely loved the Hood. Now as an adult, when I look back, I have a as I'm older, I have a newfound appreciation for the battle mask for whatever reason. I'm not saying it's better or whatever. I think it's I like them both. They're equally amazing. But like that voice, that battle mask, and that blue uniform that on the bottom where the boots are has that strap that goes underneath. Like all that to me is like iconic for sure. Like as much as I love Destro, Cobra Commander is iconic. I love that he got his due in Resolute, where they made him a little bit more of a psycho.
Yeah,
you know, where
Renegades.
yeah.
He's scary in Renegades. Really scary.
Is that where he's got like the half a mask? Is that the one? Yeah,
he's really scary. Like you don't fuck with him. Like even Destro's fuck with him. All right, you got a good comment. Before Wolverine, they were shipwrecked. Right. That's what I'm talking about. You never got that in 80s cartoons. You never had characters that were, you know, anti-heroes other than you know, we had you know, okay, this is a good one. Roadblock. Yeah, Red Rocket Hamburger Joint. That's right. Yeah. So this is where Roadblock his like uncle works at a Red Rocket hamburger joint, and the rocket is like an actual rocket that Cobra is using to blow up shit.
Right. Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Hey, what are the chances of that happening? I mean,
okay, hit that one thing. Comment here. Hit the like. Other guys like us need to find this live streaming channel. Help them out. GI Joe Desert. Why would GI Joe Desert? It was always here we go. It was always fumbles. Yeah.
Fumbles. You said something in that mythology, which I think I've said to you is excellent. I really appreciate the level of production you put into those kind of things, man. It's really fantastic. And you know how to get the information there without having to say a lot of like I overtalk something, right? You know how to get in there surgically, give the exact amount of information and move it along. Like I feel like in 30 minutes I've gotten so much in a very entertaining way that's like it's fucking money, dude. You do that excellent. But one thing that you said in the last one was he was like, you know, and it totally changed. Because as soon as you said it, I instantly knew you were right. You were like, everybody, as much of a badass as Storm Shadow is, he's always getting his fucking teeth kicked in. Like, he's just always getting his ass kicked all the time.
He gets his
I did not like Storm Shadow in the cartoon.
Yeah, shipwreck the Han Solo with GI Joe. Yeah, Storm Shadow in the GI Joe cartoon gets his ass kicked all of the time. All the time. In the comic book, it's the opposite. He meets Quick Kick in 1 minute he's beating the shit out of Quick Kick. Right.
Yeah. I like the dreadnoughts were always something that was like prevalent. Now you got to remember too, like
dreadnoughts in the cartoon.
For sure. I feel like how I saw GI Joe was a series of VHS tapes, right? So I saw maybe some episodes way more than the others, depending on what it was. But I remember the dreadnoughts were always to me, they were, even as a kid, you knew they were dumb, and you felt that's what made them dangerous. Right? Yeah. You were like, these dudes are going to do something really that a normal person wouldn't do because they're dumb. And they also reminded me of when I was now I always knew some older kids. I had an aunt and an uncle that were on the younger side on my age. I knew older kids, but there was these kids that were in high school that were they reminded me of the fucking dreadnoughts. So they were all in the heavy metal. They were always getting in trouble. They were actually grave robbers. They literally got arrested for grave robbing. So these were my local dreadnoughts. I shit you not. They totally reminded me of those guys. It was so there was this one dude, I almost said his name. There was this one dude who had, he had the glasses that, oh my God, which one is it? Is it Ripper? I think it's Ripper, who's got the black mohawk with the leopard print shirt. He's got those strange glasses. Anyway, the kids that went to the high school at the time had the same glasses, and it was just an uncanny resemblance. But yeah, you knew they were dumb, and you felt that's why you were scared, because you didn't know what the hell they were going to do.
So G Mark says, "Don't let Mark drink bourbon again." I'm always drinking bourbon too.
Nice.
Oh yeah, hey, here you go. We're drinking Maker's Mark. There you go. Right.
Sweet.
Why am I making more of an ass out of myself than usual? Or this is the standard?
I wouldn't even have known that you were drinking unless you told me. Cold Slither kind of hit those episodes.
Yeah,
So I grew up in an area where metal music is big, right? I might have touched on it last time. There's like a very big local scene. And so like growing up, everybody was in bands. I always, I fucked around a lot. Anyway, so that always kind of hit. And I do remember like Cold Slither came out around that same time that like Tipper Gore and them were making a big deal of legit heavy music, right? Remember when they were saying that they were like playing it backwards and their satanic messages and all that kind of shit? I think that was like Tipper Gore. So I remember again, here was something else that like tied real life in with it. So it just made, because it was like, you look on the real news, my parents are watching the news or the news is on and I can hear them talking about, heavy metal music being bad and all this other shit. And it just made it seem, so I remember that being real.
I was a Dungeons and Dragons kid, and I was playing it, and my friend and we were playing it, and his mom said to my mom, she's like, "We need to have the kids come together to talk about the dangers of Dungeons and Dragons." And I'm like very thankful that my mom was like, "Can you fuck off, bitch?"
Right? What are you talking about?
Like,
oh my god!
Fuck off! No, he's a dork. He's a dork.
There's nothing dangerous. There's nothing dangerous happening here.
my mother thought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were satanic.
Really?
Yes. I don't know why. I don't know why or how, but I was like, they're turtles. They're ninjas. But
I love the turtles. The turtles were awesome.
They were.
So we should talk about. Okay, so we talked about some of the cool episodes, right? So there's there's No Place Like Springfield, which is an absolute Twilight Zone horror show. World Without End, Nightmare Assault. Then you got the weird shit, like the goofy shit. Some of it is thank you. Yeah.
The one with the ghost.
What's that?
The one with the ghost.
Ghosts. Yeah. Which one's the one with the ghost? Well, there's
Cobra Commander gets these like artifacts to control these ghosts. One's like an Indian warrior, and one's a World War I pilot. And yeah, and it's like
that's ringing a bell.
It was just like, and the Baroness and Cobra Commander's like, "Oh, these ghosts are so good. I can fire you now, Baroness." And Baroness gets pissy and she goes to the Joes and she's like, "Oh, you have to get the artifacts and then you can control the ghost." And I was like, "Wow, yeah."
Yeah, here's another one. That's a pretty cool one. But what about some shit? There's not all of the episodes are good. We got to admit, like not every episode's good. So in the chat, play along. Worst episodes. What do you think your worst episodes are? And I'm gonna lead with one. Okay. There's an episode.
Anything with Flint.
Fucking vegetables. Giant vegetables.
Oh yeah.
That episode is stupid. That is stupid shit. That is like DIC level stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if you can top that one. I didn't really think about it, but I think it's pretty easy. I don't remember that is a great choice. What is the episode where they turn Iceberg into a fucking whale?
Yeah.
I probably have to go with that.
It's kind of creepy, I gotta admit, but it's stupid as shit. It's so stupid.
Right.
Well, they also have all these like animal creature people like hanging out with them. There's like a walrus that's been mutated, and it's really stupid.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Yeah, yeah. You're right though. I mean, as a kid though, that shit you just who gives a fuck?
I mean, it's all fun. Oh, and then there's some goofy shit like Cobrathon, or the one where the Cobra Mr. C. He's like they have their version of the A-Team.
Oh yeah.
Team. I kind of love that one.
Yeah.
Love Mr. C.
Oh yeah. I think I saw some of that earlier today, or it was on. I had it on, and I can remember them talking about it. Yeah.
Cross Country's Tape Deck. That's the last episode, actually. That's the very last episode of the series.
Is it really?
Yeah, the very last. It's also the one where they create the coil. Cobra Commander creates the coil.
Oh yeah.
It ends the series, but yeah.
But the
And then
one where Lifeline gets the rich girlfriend and gives them
Yes.
a gold-plated helicopter.
It's $1 million medic.
Yeah.
$1 million medic. It's a great episode. I remember as a kid, because as a kid you see it in black and white, so you're like, "What is he, stupid? Like, why is he not? The girl is throwing himself at her, and she's rich. What is he do?" Obviously, when you're young, you don't know that life is nuanced and that there's things, or whatever. And but as a kid, I can remember that episode being like, "Yo, what are you doing, my guy? Fucking, she's she's rich and she wants to buy you shit. What's the big deal?"
Oh, by the way, yeah, if anybody has a question you want me to ask Buzz Dixon next week.
Ooh.
No, because I can ask him about this shit. I'm going to ask him about Cobra Law. We're going to get into Cobra Law. We're going to get into sexual harassment and Falcon. He's talked about it before, but I want him to talk about it with Michael Mercy's channel. If you ever watch him, he's great. But we're going to talk about it different because Michael Mercy, I'm like, it was funny. It was just funny. But hey, you have any questions you want me to ask Buzz Dixon, put them in the chat right now. We'll probably end in like a few minutes. Probably wind down. Let's wind down with any last words about the cartoon? I want to get into I'll let you, if either one of you have something you want to throw out about the cartoon. Other than that, I want to talk about a little bit about some potential figures we might get from the cartoon. Right. So we've already gotten a good chunk. So we got we've gotten Cold Slither, which is obviously that was an awesome set. I was 100% on board. We've got the Divers, which I did not buy, but only because I missed them and they were sold out. We've gotten Breaker. We've gotten Snake Eyes and the Polar Bear. We've gotten what else? Is there anything else we've gotten from the cartoon that I'm missing here? What do you think? Of course. I am in love with that Pythona figure. That Pythona figure is amazing.
She's nice, definitely. I that was another one that I was kind of like, no, but I'm happy that I got it. I haven't taken her out yet, but
So good.
yeah.
So
Yep. I'm actually going to do a giveaway. I got 2 of them, and I'm doing a giveaway on that one soon. That's probably going to come up every once in a while.
By the way.
What's that?
You can't buy one of something, by the way.
No, for sure. Oh, 100%. 100%. I actually just I bought proof of that. It just came today. I bought one single Retro Trooper. That's it. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. One single Retro Trooper. I told you I was playing a catch up, and I feel like I've caught up a little, and then I can now.
Oh shit! Okay, good. All right. The episode that Wetsuit joins the Kumite. Yes. So Kumite being Bloodsport, right? It's being from the movie Bloodsport. It's called Ninja Holiday is the episode, and there's a cheesy ass version of Bloodsport. Yeah, absolutely good example.
Wetsuit was a Navy SEAL, right?
Yeah.
So that might make a good R-rated TV show. Just saying.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So yeah, what figures should we get? Would you like to see from the cartoon? What about you guys in the chat? What do you want to see from the cartoon?
The blind Alaskan dude from the Mass Device.
Yeah. Especially because when they did him in Super 7, he came with a dog sled, which was awesome. That was very cool. I didn't buy him. I really want him though, and I might buy him. Every once in a while, I buy a Super 7. They're too expensive, but
they are pricey.
25. They're the same price as classified. You're getting like so much less. It's like what the fuck? Like $25 for a 3 3/4 inch figure with no accessories.
It's a lot. You're asking a lot with that.
Yeah. What else should we see from the cartoon? What would you like to see from the cartoon?
If we got an Admiral Ledger before Keelhaul, how pissed off would people be?
Yeah. No, fuck that.
So I'll be honest. I thought we were going to talk about already in the line figures from the cartoon.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that too. Yeah, what are your thoughts on some of those?
Well, I mean, so there's a lot that I really like. You know, I really feel like I mean, aside from the fact that he didn't come with a fucking backpack, I really think that they did Alpine like nice. I thought it looked good. I thought it looked very much like the cartoon, but in that subtle classification, right?
Yeah,
like they gave you just
oh
Uh-oh.
a little freeze. Oh yeah, okay. Here's some good ones. Mara Raven, absolutely 100%. I want a Mara so bad. I think that would be like one of my absolute number ones.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, make a Mara. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I think we could do with Mara would be cool? Give her Cobra suit and then give her like some sort of suit she can put on because she in the end of the episode she became a GI Joe or she didn't become a GI Joe, but she switched sides. So give her like some gear so you can make her GI Joe or Cobra. That'd be cool. Wait, did I just
Honolulu?
Honolulu, absolutely, yeah, 100%. Raven would be amazing. Okay, Deep Six and the Shark. These aren't really cartoon specific, but I absolutely need Deep Six. I think the Shark is one of my favorite vehicles of all time. It's one of those things that feels so GI Joe to me that I would absolutely love that.
You think they'll do Deep Six like they did Copperhead and just be like, here's the figure, no vehicle?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
It's the internet.
Could you hear me? That was weird.
No, it kicked you out.
Oh, you were gone.
He's like, I reached my word limit. They were like, enough.
So we're talking Mara and Raven, which would be good picks from the. Oh yeah, so you were talking things they already made. What did you like that they already made?
Well, I was saying Alpine was super. I thought that was super cool. I'm also ultra impressed with Dial Tone. I really love that figure. I think it's fucking awesome. I think his backpack, like they nailed it. You know, it's my favorite. My favorite ones are the ones that I think, and I think we talked about it last time too. It's that it's the classic figure, but they updated it just enough, right? It's just that there's a level where they do it, where they hit like with tripwire, scrap iron, you know, these ones that it's like just perfect. It's just, there's no notes to it. It's exactly what I'm looking for, right? And like, I get that some people may want like the exact thing, and I do kind of like that maybe they do that with the retro, but no, I love it when they do it like you couldn't fucking do like the scrap iron, dude. I look at that thing all the time. I fucking love it. That drone and shit, it's incredible. So those ones stand out. Like scrap iron obviously is one, but yeah, dude, the Dial Tone.
For me, the ideal is like what they did with Dial Tone or Tripwire, which is like it gives you the feel, but it updates it in a great way. And like the Tripwire, I think is one of their best things ever because I hate Tripwire.
100%.
Tripwire figure is so good.
Somehow they made me think it's a home run.
Things that are only cartoon heavy. So like the polar. Did you get the polar bear?
Yes, absolutely. Fucking awesome. Absolutely fucking awesome. So totally fucking awesome. It's it could be like, and the Snake Eyes nails it too, right? And I know that that's like not something that's like too complicated or anything like that, but they still nailed it, right? Like you can still fuck up something that you can still miss a layup, you know? Yeah. And I think that they did a really good job. Now with that being said, like Birdman had said, I think really would have been awesome if they took that time to make that the blind guy with the rest of the Mastibites, right? Because you got the polar bear, you got Timber, you got the Snake Eyes, and then I mean, not to say that, well, maybe later on we get another three. There's I don't know who else from the Mastibites could they put in if they came out with a wave, right? So it was the Divers, the Divers, Breaker, and
Divers, yeah.
Right. And I did. I got the Divers. I got them all. I got the divers are incredible. I thought they were actually right here. The diver. Oh, you're there. Yeah, the divers are awesome. I love the mass device element. There's a 3D maker. SysTD Arsenal makes a really cool holder for all of their mass device, the little elements. But yeah, dude, the divers are awesome. I mean, it's as cool as they look. I don't think like I don't want to troop build underwater dives because I'm not really making underwater scenes or anything like that. So I kind of like them the way they are. I did get a few of those 60th anniversary divers only because they were on sale for like $16. But yeah,
that's a question for you. Where do we see your like scenes?
So
my 2 channels, don't you?
I do. So I have 2 Twitter pages, and it is at Destro Designs and at Viper Den Studios. So I premiere everything on Destro Designs, and then only my finished work goes on at Viper Den Studios. Now, I am admittedly behind on getting the content over to Viper Den Studios, but I will probably sometime tomorrow do a whole dump of stuff. Because when you look at Destro Designs, it's me retweeting other people's stuff and everything like that. So it's not just my finished work. I have handles on all the platforms. I just haven't been able to get around and get them all. Because like I said, I used to do the tool review, and that's Destro Designs, my business name. So it was like the tool review is under that as well. So like if you go to Instagram, Destro Designs, you'll see me with a bunch of stuff, and I haven't loaded anything in a while. So, but I'll get around to all that. But yeah, at Destro Designs on Twitter would be the main one, and you'll see on my bio there's links to Viper Den and everything like that. Yeah. Yep. Very cool.
All right, let's I wanna wind down a little bit. So we're going on 2:15. Give me your like what else you'd want to see from the cartoon, and then we'll end for the night. Same in the chat. Let me know what are you looking for from the cartoon. Birdman, we'll start with you, and you want to add anything to that list?
Like that's like an actual mass device, maybe mass device.
Oh, getting figure. An actual mad device. That's amazing. Yeah,
that would be really cool. That would be awesome.
Big
that giant Cobra flying Cobra ship thing that Super 7 tried to do.
Oh my god! Can you imagine that would be like 5 feet wide.
That's what I was imagining in 6-inch scale. Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, for true greatness, sacrifices must be made. It is what it is.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, what?
There was somebody made 3D printed. I think it was one of you. Maybe you posted it, Mike. It was it was like what Super 7 was going to do. They made it. They 3D printed it.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes, it was.
It's $850.
Is that how much it was? Oh my god. Yeah, it looked. It
makes sense. I mean.
It looked money though, right? It definitely looked. It was very clean. The print was super clean. It looked fantastic. Yes, it was very good. Unfortunately I can't remember exactly. Now, does you guys remember? So there's the one that we're talking about now, that massive mothership. But in other episodes, they had a C-130 that had a snake head and like on the tail. It was that would be pretty fucking cool too. Like if the snake head lifted up and you could have like the vehicles come in and out on both sides. How they used I think that's So I that popped into my head a few times for sure. I mean, I feel like one of the things is like we talked about the last time, Mark, is wanting the hooded Cobra Commander, right? Yeah. And so I do. For sure. So I know that's low hanging fruit. I have 3 quick answers. The next one would be a hydrofoil. Like I know that's a vehicle, but I really like the hydrofoil was like I love that fucking thing, and I really wish that they would. Is it really? Okay. That's a great choice. I mean, it's like their answer to the whale, sort of, where it had all the things that you could do with it, the spaces, the missiles, that had charges or depth charges or something too. I think that came off of it or whatever, but it was definitely like very cool like that. But honestly, the number one thing I'd like to see, and I don't feel like it's that much of a stretch. Like it is definitely like a wish list kind of thing for sure, but the terror drone. Now, I know that is so
huge.
I know it's and I don't know if it's even feasible because like I'm looking at the table that's in front of me right now, and you would have it would be the size of an ottoman, right? Like if you got to set one of those L couches with that ottoman.
That's the thing.
Yeah, for sure. So well, that's here. Now we get an ottoman. You take the top off. It's a terror drum. Like, honey, look at what I got.
Yeah, along with the bed.
The terror ottoman. We got it. So I honestly though I think that would be it. Now I saw somebody. My dude Cletus at Cobra. He said one time he was like what? And I don't know if I'd want it, but at least it sounded like he said, what about a half a terror drum, like up against the wall, right? So it was flat on one side and just a half arc where, it's not taking up all the space, but if you put it on the table up against the wall, you would get half of it. And then, immediately I was like, well, then if you don't have the little thing coming out of the middle, the what is it? The bat thing, right? Or what is it called? The small airplane that comes out of the middle of it.
Fire bat.
Yes, fire bat. Thank you, Jesus. If you don't have that, it's not really the whole experience. But it was just a decent thought, right? Just like, you still get the idea of it. You can put figures on it, but yeah, I would want the whole thing. And I don't know. It's probably too big. In an economy like we live in right now, people probably don't want to spend $800-900 on something or $700 on something.
In my place, I would love.
I know. Listen, I have between the space I have outside, the space I have inside. I don't even know if I have room for that myself. So, but it just.
But what specifically cartoon? It has to be specifically only cartoon.
Do
you have anything specifically only cartoon?
No, I don't. Cartoon only. Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Yeah, sorry, I didn't go for that one. But God, Mastivice was a really good answer.
Iceberg whale.
All right, we had a good answer in here. This would have been my answer too.
Iceberg whale.
You see if I can find it. Wait, what is it?
When iceberg became a whale? Yeah.
I could see them doing an iceberg. Animals, an iceberg with a killer whale would be kick-ass.
Stalker version 2. He was cartoon, right? And he doesn't show up to DIC. Okay, so that's not Sunbow. That don't count.
Okay, so this is a good example. Games Master. That would be
okay.
Games Master with Coco, because Coco would be like an accessory, really.
Coco's creepy.
And then you get the Baroness in a bikini in one set. That would be amazing. Destro's not playing games.
Is Mara who's Cadet? Who's Cadet Denning? That's not the girl in the blue? Is she the girl that has that big blue cobra? I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
a Cadet Denning.
I'd go with Raymar. We had from
Raymar. Yeah,
that could be cool.
That could be cool.
You have the joysticks, Cobra Commander.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
There's a lot you could do from the cartoon, honestly, but yeah, I would be feeling Games Master would be number one. That would be incredible.
That would be pretty cool.
Colonel, wait, I'm blanking on his name. In the Snake Club. Oh, Satin.
Oh yeah.
Detective
that would be cool.
Goes around and is hunting down shipwreck, and I'm blanking on his name. I know his name, but I'm blanking on it. But he's just like a shady detective. I'd like to see him. You got Mara would be I think Mara and Raven would be just that would be so good. Yeah.
I think this is deep. This is deep. But if you wanted to you could kill a couple birds if you did a 3-pack or 4-pack of you would need a lot of extras. But do you remember the episode where those dudes kidnap and beat up Leatherneck? I think it's if you got a 3-pack, 4-pack of those dudes where they've got that half naval dress or military dress or what they got on, and then you'd have some fodder and stuff like that. That's kind of way out there. I think we have enough like actual figures that we could still make. But that would be something cool to have, right? I mean, if you're setting up any kind of scene, like I bought a few of those like Indiana Jones figures, which are just look like normal people. If you wanted to make a scene where you've got like civilians or something, I don't know. I felt like that would be cool. Yeah, any kind of like in the background support people, I think would always be awesome.
George, that would be terrible.
Oh my god!
So bad.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, that's funny. That's very funny.
That'd be like
Pop Cold Frenzy, my dude.
Pack. Do it as a 3-pack. Satin.
Yes.
The guys dressed like George, and then Shipwreck dressed with the saxophone guy, whatever he is. And you got Polly and Timber. And then maybe I might be buying just to get Satin. I'd buy it for Satin. Yeah.
Don't they also dress up as Cobra cadets or something like that? And that they have the uniform on where the Great Snake lives forever or something like that. That would be super cool. Like with the like Snake Eyes and Shipwreck, don't they dress up as like the Cobra cadets? And then like they go to the voice analyzer, and he's like the Great Snake lives forever, and they're I don't know, like alternate dress like that, or Flint in the Cobra Trooper outfit.
You know what I like? You know, Baroness is always dressed up as like a frumpy, ugly woman.
Okay. Yes. That's cool. Like, well, the one. I think the one from
the Revenge, that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Do you know somebody made a third-party company made that snake mech into a toy for it's more like 1/18 scale.
I've seen it. I know I've seen it, and it looks amazing.
It's pretty hard to get. It's pretty expensive. It's pretty rare. But you can buy that snake robot. I would love that thing. All right. Well, let's take a last couple. If anybody has any other suggestions, and then I think we'll call it a day, I guess.
Yeah, right? I'm actually flipping through. So one of the guys that I've met, I was talking the other day, like, do you guys remember the GI Joe cards, these things? So I was talking about it the other day because I used to have like multiple complete sets. I have no idea what happened to them.
I have somewhere, but
yeah, and I mentioned on the timeline, this dude reached out and he was like, "Oh, hey, pay for shipping and it's yours." So he was nice enough. He sent me a whole huge box. So as we're thinking about ideas, I mean, look at here we go. That was for you, Mark. Look at that. That's pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
right?
nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
a good comment. Need more gals dressed as the Baroness on Halloween? Yes.
Yes, for sure.
This is the Baroness. Anytime. Anytime.
Oh, I mean, this is probably maybe slightly low hanging fruit, but any October Guard would be fucking,
Yes, please.
Like, let's fucking go on that, right? I mean, I'm surprised that. I mean, I feel like there's such a.
Book, but the cartoon version of the October Guard is like weirdly.
Oh, they are in the comic book, right?
They're both. They're actually in the cartoon and the comic book. In the
cartoon, right.
They have a slightly different design. Some of them are the same.
Oh, do they?
Dana has like a pink suit. Stupid. Looks really dumb.
Huh. No shit. That's not cool. Why would they do a guy like that? You know, and I feel like one of the ones that I would be saying would have been like, well, I guess he's in the comics too, I think, but like Lifeline, I'm glad we're getting him. I think he's a cool figure that's coming. I bet a lot of the ones I really wanted, whether it was like cartoon only or figures or whatever, I've been like that Lifeline hit and run mainframe wetsuit, like all those guys that are coming right now are all like, you know, ones that I'm like, I can't believe we're just getting them now, but here we are. So yeah, those are all super awesome figures.
There's actually a ton of characters that are just cartoon based. You only saw the cartoons.
Right.
Would you buy a Hector Ramirez?
I would maybe. I mean, it's not a very fun figure to play with. That's like one of those, like one of my judges right now is like my kids play with my action figures. So there's things that, like, for me, or like when I'm like in the past, I've been like, it's not military enough. But then my kid gets that's the best thing I've ever seen. Why is that? That is way cooler than all this other shit you're showing me. And
right.
A Hector Ramirez figure would be like the single most boring thing they could possibly imagine. You know what I mean? They would be like, "What? Why do you have this? This is some boring ass shit."
Hector Ramirez and Flint Eco Warriors 2-pack.
Oof.
Although I'm working on Hector Ramirez Mythology of Hector Ramirez video, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I like it. I mean, I guess it's also because they're probably in the comic book too, but I'm really happy that we got a good Televiper. That makes me happy.
Yeah,
I mean, personally, I like the ones that came with the trouble bubble. I think look a little better. Like, so when I make a scene, I use those, but I do like that the regular Televapor came out where you can see his forearms and you can see it looks, and it's got the and stuff like that. I'm glad that they came out with that too, because it definitely is a different kind of look. The vest is different. It's but I like so there was that was important. Like, I'm glad the bats came out really nice. Because the bats were just always so awesome, right? They just they were scary in that robot way. Remember, like the Terminator, you were scared of the Terminator because he's slow but he can't be stopped, and so the bats kind of reminded me of that, and I thought it was awesome. A lot of the troop builder stuff from the Cobra side is just ones you see a lot of there, and the same thing with like the troopers or the infantrymen, and that I really think that they did the Vipers super good justice with the way they did it too. So yeah, all those are awesome.
Right. All right. Well, we're hitting about an hour and a half, so I think we'll call it a day. Any last words? Anything you want to highlight about the show? I mean, I think we all are big fans of the show. I think it is one of the best cartoons of the '80s. I think it does hold up. Like, it's goofy and it's ridiculous and it's over the top, but it holds up. And for a lot of these guys that are like fans of the comic book, and I'm a fan of the comic book. You go, oh, the comic was the perverted version. They could not make a dark comic. This is the darkest cartoon they could make at the time. That's something that's clear. Yeah. I watched a documentary on He-Man, and then He-Man, they were literally not He-Man couldn't cut something with his sword. She-Ra was not allowed to punch anybody. It's and if you watch the action scenes in He-Man, he doesn't they're not violent.
Do anything.
They
right.
Like the Filmation attitude was let's not piss off the censors. Sunbow's attitude was, let's walk the line.
Let's
walk around. Let's push the boundaries and do as much as we can. And then we'll put this little thing in the end that says it's all for telling people that, telling kids, things they need to know, to hide the fact that we're basically making a kick-ass fucking action show. And so I think we have to understand that when you're looking at the cartoon. My take on the cartoon, it's one of the best cartoons of the era. I don't know if it's the best, but it's one of the best cartoons of the era. Maybe the best cartoon of the era would probably be like Robotech or Batman. I'd say Batman animated series, which is a little later. That's probably the best cartoon of the 80s. But I don't know. That's my take. What's your take?
It came out in the 90s.
What's that?
It came out in the 90s.
Are you sure? I don't.
Yep, came out like 91 or 92.
Okay.
It's
series.
It's certainly my favorite, right?
Yeah, okay. Yep. So it's probably the best.
I mean, I know that when I watched it, it didn't hit. It hit different than anything else. I definitely thought Voltron was awesome. I did dig a little He-Man. He-Man was always very interesting to me.
I'm a He-Man fan. I love He-Man.
For sure. Transformers, Cops was pretty cool too when that came around. I remember having those, and I'm sure Visionaries. I like Visionaries too. I thought that was pretty cool. But at the end of the day,
fucking show, by the way.
Agreed. But GI Joe was just it was mesmerizing. Like I said, there's parts of it that literally are so deeply ingrained into my head, like the intro, the outro, just all these different phrases and sayings, and And it's like when I have it on in the background and it's just playing there, it's like I can kind of remember like sort of putting me back in that spot where, obviously when we were younger, it was, viewing was different than it is now. You either saw it when it was fucking on or you missed it. And so it made shit seem so important. So like when GI Joe was on and you got a chance to actually see it, it was like you were really experiencing something. It was fucking special. And now, given everything was like that back then, I didn't care about anything else like that, right? If I missed the He-Man or the Voltron or all these other ones, I didn't give a fuck. There were times maybe that if I had friends over, I would, or whatever. I can remember being at like birthday parties or so, like places. I'm like, can you turn that back on? Did you turn that off? Put that back on. Like, I don't care that you people are doing this. The GI Joe is on. So it definitely, like, obviously it's hard to put yourself back right into that, when you're like 6 and 7 and 8, 9, 10 years old. But I can remember enough to remember that I fucking loved that shit. That it was incredible to me. And the wealth of characters, like, I've always had a really, really crazy imagination. And I think part of it is that there was so much to think about that it like satisfied that curiosity in the sense that like all these individual figures, right? All the layers to these individual figures. Look at all the vehicles. They're fighting on all these different continents. Like, it was a very like crazy fucking thing where there was just so much going on and all of it was good. Again, props to all the other ones. And I definitely felt like I enjoyed watching the other ones sometimes. But to me, there was nothing like GI Joe. That's why, it was so ingrained that, once I hit that like 11 or 12 years old and I completely separated from collecting toys, that all I had to do was see them that one time in Walmart and I picked up a couple of the 3 3/4 and they sat there. But then, like I said, in December, when I opened that Alley Viper and it just happened all over again, it was like, I felt like I did when I was a kid. I felt like, like literally like looking at like Shockwave or Alley Viper and almost getting goosebumps because that's how excited I used to be about it as a kid. So, I mean, and no other, like, I can look at those new He-Man toys, which are nice, but it's not this, like, none of it hits the same. It's GI Joe for me for sure.
So it says, I've been hating the loser trash since GI Joe left the United States because it turns out GI Joe is not an authentic representation of reality. I'm going to agree, Joe. So I'll agree. Birdman, you are correct. The only cartoon that beats it is, and it's not a perfect cartoon, G.I. Joe. I think it's goofy. The Batman animated series is a perfect cartoon. It's pretty much amazing. But
it's pretty good.
We have some other stuff here. I do think it might be the best cartoon of the 80s, and I feel like I'm biased because I'm a G.I. Joe guy, and I'm trying not to, but I'm thinking about it. I do think it is probably the best cartoon of the 80s because if you remove Batman, what else you got? I mean, like, you got Thundercats, fun, but it's
Care
a little
Bears,
innocent and goofy. You got
Care Bears.
Care Bears. No, Care Bears. I don't think Transformers is as good as G.I. Joe. I don't think we have a couple people saying Cowboy Bebop. No one watched that. I didn't even count it. It is better than I agree. It is a better cartoon than the G.I. Joe cartoon, but I don't think you can count it because no one watched it. It was like, it's an anime that was maybe produced in the 80s, but it wasn't out. You couldn't watch it easily. It wasn't like it was being played on our TV shows. So I wouldn't even compare that. I agree it is better. Battle of the Planets is, I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree. It is not better than G.I. Joe. Battle of the Planets it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not as good as G.I. Joe. Just not going to agree there.
I feel like none of these other cartoons either tackle.
Oh, Real Ghostbusters. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. I'll have to rewatch. Like X-Men in the yes, absolutely. The X-Men in the 1990s again. Now we're
very good.
The 90s.
Very good.
Where we have to compare it against Batman, which and that's a pretty good neck and neck. Those two, I will agree. The X-Men cartoon from the 90s and
very good
are better than the G.I. Joe cartoon. As much as I'm a G.I. Joe guy, they're just better cartoons.
So. Okay, nice. I know.
It's admittedly very goofy. It's very goofy. Very ridiculous. Very silly.
There's a lot of holes. they're easy to look over. I mean, especially through the nostalgia fucking hindsight lens, right? Like there's, like when we're talking about all these episodes, if you really sit down and you go through episode like straight all the way through first seasons 1 and 2 of Sunbow, there's a lot of like stinkers, and as much as it pains me to even say that out loud, it's just the truth, right? There's a lot that's not there. Now, I mean, it's also makes it more of a testament to the thing that you can have this many misses and yet still be so ranked so high, right? You can like that what's good is so fucking
goofy.
good.
It's all goofy. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's like
right. Right.
All right. Well, let's call it a day, I guess. Anybody let me know what's going on in your channels, coming up on your channels. Call it a night. Birdman, what's going on in your channel?
I had like all of October planned out, and I've missed my window, and I've been sick, haven't been able to do anything, so it gets pushed to next Halloween. So,
gotcha. Right, Destro, what's on your channel?
I'm finally finishing up the aforementioned Cobra Claw launching facility. It is the best 2-shot series coming up. So what I do is I'll take like a series of pictures that kind of show something happening, and then I make it into like a video, right? So I have one more video coming up, which kind of tells the whole nut of the story, and then I have what's going to actually be a still shot, but it's a shot that I took a lot of time into. I tried to use some of those practical effects like my dude, Mate Mylar. It's nowhere near as good as he does it, but I tried to do this particular type of vibe. And I think once I get those out, I think those are going to be really awesome. The whole series, ties together really well. And I'm going to put all those on Viper Den Studios. But once that's over, I have a bunch of shoots planned. I'm doing the Major Blood leading the 788 fire team, which is going to be awesome. I've got the more like 3 different shoots planned with the Atlas, and then I'm doing something. I know there's more, but I'll just do one more. I'm taking the Mad Marauder Spirit and Iron Knife and putting them with Tiger Force, Recondo, and Outback. So I don't really like Tiger Force all that much, and I definitely don't like Mad Marauders that much, but those 4 figures that I just named look fucking amazing. So I'm going to put all 4 of those together and do something with that. And that is largely what's on deck every Saturday night at 8:00 Eastern Standard on my YouTube channel. I do a marathon podcast, which I actually got it under 4 hours this week. So yeah. So yep, you can catch me there all the time. And on Twitter, you can find me at Destro Designs, and from there you can navigate to everything that I got going on. So yeah, yep, that's where you can find me.
Nice. All right. So what I got going on? I'm doing a Halloween a series.
Oh shit!
Scariest GI Joe characters, scariest action figures of all time.
Nice.
Scariest toys of all time, and so that'll be this week, and then I'm also going to be working on Brave Star because that was what won the poll on my channel for mythology up. So that'll be coming up soon. So.
Dude, I forgot to mention this to you because one day I think you were asking like what kind of cartoons or whatever did you want me to do the deep dive on? Was Captain Power a cartoon or were they just those figures?
Well, no, it was not a cartoon. It was a live action show.
TV show.
Oh, okay. All right. No, never mind
I'm
then.
definitely planning on doing that someday. Yeah.
Okay, because I had a couple of those toys. I thought they were fucking cool.
I'm also planning. I want to grab the toys and do like I want to play the game.
Nice. Oh, right. It was a whole interactive thing.
You have an 80s TV?
You can do it with anything is my guess because it just
you can't use new TVs with it. It don't work.
They don't work.
Oh.
Really? Oh,
fuck. There's no adapter or nothing, really.
You can play the toys against each other, but you can't use it with the TV.
I could get an 80s TV.
Yeah, I'm sure there's got to be.
I have one, in fact. So,
anyway. Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, that's coming up. I'll be doing Captain of Power eventually, but I get a long list. But Brave Stars coming up.
Sweet.
Really, so
that sounds great. Look forward to it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thank you in the chat for hanging out. See you next